Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to. This is Friday. It's Tales from a Foxhole, and this Friday we have Going Solo, where I am playing uh, Alone Against the Flames, which is one of Chaosium's Call of Cthulhu solo adventures. There are four in the Alone series, and there's another one that comes after it. And this is sort of the first one of the Alone series. That is not exactly true, but I will explain those details. I want to thank everyone who is here for this episode of the Foxhole Fridays, and I want to thank everyone who's being supportive. There's a lot going on, and I'm very excited for it. So let's talk, shall we? We have things to talk about. Also, I want my special foot pedal closer to me, right over here. That's what I want. Uh, that's what I want. Yes. Okay. So, hello everyone. I am troopersjp, and this is the Academic Foxhole, and we are here for Foxhole Fridays, Tales from the Foxhole, where I do RPGs. There is a lot. Over this summer, we have done oh gosh, we've done all sorts of things. We've done some Knights Black Agent solo. We've done some Spy Team 67. We've done a number of things, and at the moment, we're doing a little bit of solo RPGing, but there are other things coming soon for you, and I want to say, please be excited. A little bit of small little news before we start. We have, first off, I want to thank everyone who supports me, and that's either who are watching on YouTube or watching live or watching on VODs. I want to thank everyone who gives tips and bits. All that goes to pay for the cast. I always get paid last. And also for artists and all of that. And also all of those who are on our Patreon. Our Patreon also goes to help pay for the casts. For this coming season, the fall season, all of the shows that I run, I'm upping the cast pay to $50 an episode, because I want to sort of keep pace with the minimum wage. I feel like that would be great. So all of those tips and bits go and help. At the moment, I am not paying myself as a GM or producer or player for any of the solo episodes, so that I can save up a little bit of money for when we get our big casts coming in, because that's a bit of a, we're going from $35 a show to $50 a show, so that's a bit of an up, and I want to make sure that we have a little bit of a cushion, and this is helping do that. So I want to thank all of you who are being supportive, especially our sponsors. We have on our Patreon a $200 sponsor tier, and that $200 will pay for the cast of one show for 1 week. And we have two sponsors. It's limited to four. There can only be four sponsors at the moment. And we have two sponsors for this month. We have Will and TW, and we have KY, or Kentucky Hawkeye. And both of them are amazing supporters of this channel. And they've got a special credits credit slide at the end. And also each one of them will get a special ad that will be relevant to the show. And their ad will play once a month. So once in the month that they sponsor. And I make the ad, I get them. And I will say that I'm very excited for both of their ads for this month. But you don't get to hear them this week, because I want to wait till we get the other thing that's happening this month so they can air then, which I'm pretty excited about myself. So that's pretty good. So let's see. What did I want to tell you? There are some like larger things going on, and I'm probably going to announce them. I don't know when. That's a very good question. Soon, actually, very, very soon. I will announce them once I get some messages back from people. I've got some DMs to get back, but I am excited about things almost being together. I mean, I've still got some more DMs to make, but once that's done, I can announce a number of things, which I think you'll be excited about. I think you will. Oh, Diesel Shot. Reminded me of something. I see you in chat, and now you're reminding me of something, and I have to, yeah, I'm gonna just have to, remember that. I need to remember a thing that I want to make sure that I don't forget. Diesel Shot. If you all don't know Diesel Shot is making the Change Stars, an amazing, cool sci-fi game. So that is, I think, all the logistics. Yes, you can follow us. Come join us on on our Discord. You can follow me on Twitter. All the support, all the love. And I suppose if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe and all that business. So let's talk about what we are starting for today. Today, we are doing Alone Against the Flames, Chaosium's Call of Cthulhu. Now, I will say a couple of things. This adventure is a solo adventure that came out for 7th edition, which is the newer edition. And it is, hey, Courier 3, hello. And it was meant it was meant for the quick start rules. It was meant to introduce people to the 7th edition if you've never played Call of Cthulhu before. I have played Call of Cthulhu before. Call of Cthulhu was the game that kept me, one of the games that kept me in the RPG hobby way back in the 80s. Like quite a few people, not everyone, but like many people, I started off with Dungeons and Dragons, and I found that Dungeons and Dragons players in the 1980s were often gross, gross is the best way to put it. And I was, at the brink of being sort of harassed out of the hobby, and I found two things. One, I found this amazing group of players, all of whom were very, very old. Like I was in high school, and they were like ancient. I think they were like, a lot of them were grad students. They're like 25, 26. I mean, I know, right? So super old. Anyway, with this amazing woman who was the GM, those of you who know your Cthulhu or your Chaosium might know her, Janice Engen, who wrote Beyond the Mountains of Madness, Return to Beyond the Mountains of Madness, Return to the Mountains of Madness, Beyond the Mountains of Madness, Beyond the Mountains of Madness, she was an amazing GM, and playing Call of Cthulhu really was one of those games that kept me in the hobby, right? So moving away from a kind of a slightly hostile D&D space to a space with, point by percentage, no classes, no levels, where you would send lots and lots of sessions, not fighting, sometimes running away, but it was a great experience. And then GURPS was one of the other sort of big games that kept me in the hobby. And I have been playing Call of Cthulhu off and on since, oh gosh, I don't know, since like 1980, 87, probably, about then. So my first TTRPG love was Call of Cthulhu. It is a good one. Yeah, so I've been playing about since 1987, and I always thought it was pretty interesting that Call of Cthulhu is one of those games that's gone through many editions and like sub-points of the editions, but people, they're all backwards compatible. Some people moved on. They didn't. I was playing, oh gosh, I played so many, but the 7th edition is one of the first that's a little bit more different than the others. And this was an adventure sort of brought out to help bring people into this new edition. Now, the 2nd edition, I believe, in this series is Alone Against the Alone Against. I have all 4 of them here. Alone Against the Dark or Frost. One of those two actually is a really old one from 30 years earlier or something like this, but they redid it for the 7th edition. But this is the one that is supposed to teach you how to play Call of Cthulhu. So if anybody here in chat has not played Call of Cthulhu, we're going to learn how to play it together. I mean, technically, but we're going to do it together. So buckle in. I'm very excited. I want to thank everybody here who's retweeted the Going Live tweet and who's told their friends and let people know, so we can get a great group of people here coming and watching. And let me see. I've got all sorts of things here. We're ready to go. We're going to learn how to play Call of Cthulhu. I'm excited for this and see what their big introductory adventure is like. Now, I do not know if we will finish the adventure in one session or if we will take 2 sessions. If we need 2 sessions, we will take 2 sessions. If we only need 1 session, then next Friday will be a special 2-player RPG with me and Laugh Love Lindy. We have to, scheduling is a little bit up in the air at the moment, so we're going to see how things go. So let's hope, Roller 300, that the dice will be with me. I certainly hope so. And why don't we begin? Now, the first thing that happens, I will say, is why don't we, I'm going to do this. You can see that and you probably shouldn't, but it's going to be life. Because, oh, you know, I know what it is. Hold on. Here. Boom. No? Boom. Oh, I know what I needed to do. I needed, this. This is what I need. Give me a second. There we go. I have multiple pedals, so I can bring up different things at different times. It's going to be exciting, but I just have to practice all of the shenanigans that I have going on. So, yes, yes. So why don't we, in this case, check out what it's like to begin? And I suppose the first thing we'll say is, we have an adventure. The adventure is Alone Against the Flames. And I think actually you can get this for free. I think this is downloadable for free from Chaosium's website and maybe Drive Through RPG. I'm not certain. Balrog. I have to DM you as well. So we're going to start. We're going to learn how to play Call of Cthulhu, and we're going to find out what happens. We're going to cheat, but... and I'm wearing this hat because, after all, it's the 1920s. Feel like you probably don't need this right now, so... This is a solo adventure for Call of Cthulhu. It's a horror story set in the 1920s, hence my hat, and I'm the main character, and my choices determine the outcome. Mine, and also I may have to ask you for advice at some point in time. It is also designed to lead you through the basic rules of the game in a gradual and entertaining fashion, so I do not yet have a character. Although most such adventures are played with your friends, this one is just for me, and also my battle buddies. Before you begin to play, make sure you have a copy of the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition Quick Start Rules, which I do, which I think you can also get for free from the Chaosium website if you are so inclined, and a blank investigator sheet, which I have from Roll20. That's great. So I also need a pencil, an eraser, and some role-playing dice. I feel like all of that will be fine on Roll20. I don't need to read the rules before I start playing. I am currently in a campaign that's using the 7th edition rules, being run by one of my lovely and amazing and awesome mods, Rissa. So I do know them, but it's fine. We're just going to find out how... look, we did together the basic edition D&D's introductory adventure to see how they introduced you to the system, and I'm excited to see how Chaosium's 7th edition introduces you to the system. I also am going to play Alone in the... what is it called? All the Night's Work, which is the GURPS introductory adventure. I will do that one as well. Thank you, Hescape. Thank you. I figured it's the 1920s, so, you know, I want it to be a little 1920s. I don't have my fake cigarette, though. But, you know, I have my fake pipe, so we'll see who our character is just yet. So, let's just settle in a comfortable chair before a roaring fire. Then read on and follow the instructions. On second thought, don't sit too close to the fire. Is there a typo in the link in my announcement post? Is there really? Why is this my life? Is this is it in Twitch dot... Oh yeah, there is. That's awesome. There is a huge typo right there. That is not how you spell Twitch. Twitch is spelled differently. Boom, fixed. Thank you, DSB. Thank you. Okay, I'm excited for this tutorial. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Go to 1. The sun is high in the sky. A merciless ball of heat. You know, as we start this, I should probably just give us a little bit of something atmospheric. How about hidden time, hidden past? Seems like it could be fun. No, too intense. I don't want that one. How about this one? All right. This feels like we could be introduced to an RPG a little bit with this. I feel scorched by the time I reach the bus halt in front of Osborne's drugstore. It's a relief to put down the heavy cases and take off my hat for the moment. I fan my face. Ooh, it has been a long summer here in my hometown, and yet a curiously empty. I look across the street at the grubby butcher shop, the grocer's with its faded awning, and the shabby tobacconist. Mistrustful faces glare at me as they pass, eyeing my clothes and luggage. It was my parents' choice to live here, not mine. I was happy down south as a child, among Providence's white-walled houses and leafy churchyards. Perhaps this new job in Arkham will supply the change I need. Oh, my friends, we're leaving Providence and we're going to Arkham, Massachusetts. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. Well, I suppose moving back to Arkham will be just the change I need. You ever, DSP's like, I hear everything's always great in Arkham. That's sort of what I hear too. But I also hear that nobody comes back from Arkham, so it'll be fine. Arkham's fine. It's fine. Yet, everybody I know in the world lives here. I know nobody in Arkham. Not one soul. I ask myself one last time if I'm doing the right thing. The answer is here. None of my supposed friends have come to see me off. I'm alone. So right now I think I'm in Providence. Whatever challenges lie in Arkham, it will be a new life. And a brave one. Small gray motor coach approaches and rattles to a stop. Put my hat back on. I pick up my cases. So I'm leaving Plymouth, New Hampshire, and I'm going to Arkham, which never goes poorly for anyone. Why is there a giant yellow bat in the sky? Why is there a giant eyeball in the sky? Why? Clockwork Librarian's like, Arkham can be a place of metamorphosis, it's true. Yeah, let's go to 263 and see what awaits us at that number. 263. Oh, all right. Two young men with sullen expressions alight from the coach. One looks me up and down before heading away. The driver also steps down, glancing at me before crossing the road to visit the tobacconist. When he returns, he's rolling a cigarette between his yellowed fingers. He gives it a faint twist and examines me as he reaches for his matchbox. He's a thin man in his 50s, dressed in a stained shirt with the bus company emblem. Yet his eyes are sharp in their dark sockets. Where to? I show him my ticket for Ossipee. From there, I will connect to Rochester and Portsmouth before the coastal line to Newburyport, and then finally, Arkham. I should be able to afford a tentacle in this guy. I should be able to afford a rail ticket for at least some of the way. Otherwise, this will be the first of many long bus trips. Kind of feels like I am not doing well economically, which is probably why I'm moving back home. Maybe I got maybe I inherited my parents' house. That would be nice if I did. Yeah. The driver scratches the match and lights his cigarette. The end flares as he takes a draw. Then he exhales and gestures to the back of the coach. Luggage rack's up there. Look at my investigator sheet. Oh, well, all right. Hey, everyone. We are going to go and look at our investigator sheet, why don't we? Let me bring up an investigator sheet so that we can learn a little bit together how this sort of thing is done. Shall we? Yes, I think we shall. let's see what this might look like. Well, well, well. All right, we are here. This is delicious. Nothing bad can happen, right? I feel pretty good about it. Let me, I think I can, actually, I think I can, oop, I don't want to do that. That, and then this way. Okay, here we go. Whew. Look at your investigator sheet. At the top, you have space for 8 characteristics. This is, Valtiel, this is a Roll20 character sheet. You know what? I really feel like I should get sponsored by Roll20. I should probably email them about that because I use Roll20 all the time. I am currently, in my free time, making a character sheet for a different campaign. We'll talk about it later. You know how it is. So we have space for 8 characteristics: strength, constitution, power, dexterity, appearance, size, intelligence, and education. Allocate the following values among them, writing in the large square beside each: 40, 50, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 80. If you would like more information about what these characteristics mean, read page 6 of the Quick Start Guide. Oh, everything in size. Hoops does. This is a very good question. So we can do everything but luck. Strength, constitution, size, dex, appearance, education, intelligence, power, and luck. Ooh, okay. Well, let's see. We've got 140, 3 50s, 2 60s, a 70, and an 80. Let's start with what we are worst at. Okay, I feel like this is what I feel like. Also, I'm wearing this hat, so we have to work this out. I feel like I take a gamble in my occupation. I think that this character is okay. I think this character. You notice when I mentioned the driver of that stained shirt. I think this character is well educated and smart, and left Arkham, left the small town because they wanted to get out and, do better things with the world. But I don't think they succeeded. So I feel like we should go with. Let's go. Okay, here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna think, and it's what is it? It's the 20s, which means we probably fought in World War One. We're building a character on the hat. We probably fought in World War One. I think that, look, it's the 1920s, so people are not particularly tall. So I think we're gonna go with size being our lowest. So I think we're gonna do. Yeah. Hey, Hawkeye. So we're gonna go with 40 for our size. Because I think we're like a short guy. You know what I mean? I think we're short. But I think that intelligence is our best stat at 80. I think we're very well educated at 70. We've got 2 60s. Let's put power 60, because I feel like we've got a lot of will. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to make perhaps a poor choice, but I think it's good. I think the size is 50, which is a bit of average, but I think our constitution is 40, which is a bad choice to make. But I think that the war was hard on us, and I think we've not been... we don't have a lot of... Clearly we're down on our luck a little bit, and I think our constitution is suffering a little bit for it, which will put our strength, dexterity, and appearance at 60. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm shocked that appearance is not higher on priority based on the hat. Oh, well, appearance is 6. It's above average, right? You don't you need one of those to be a 50? Oh, you're right. So sorry. You are correct. I need 2 of them to be 50s. So we're gonna go with strength and dex being 50s. Thank you. Strength and dex will be our 50s. Yeah, so we are Yes, we have Locon, which is really good in a game of Call of Cthulhu. So I imagine this is a person who probably uh, survived the war, but the war took a toll on them a little bit, right? Um, Wanted to go off and sort of make some kind of success out of themselves, and is having to come back home, come back home to Arkham. Now, I don't know if you, for those of you who have only played the old editions of Call of Cthulhu, one of the big differences between Survive the War and immediately went insane, that feels very Call of Cthulhu. What I would say is, here's what you need to know about the 7th edition if you don't know it already. I wonder what that's all about. Back in the old days, you'd have like a stat that was sort of closer to like a D&D stat, like around, 10 to 17, that kind of thing. But what they did is, because everything else in Call of Cthulhu is percentile, they've just turned your stats into percentile as well. And so in this game, you want to roll under your percentage for a regular success, or a hard roll is half of that, and an extreme is 1/5 of that. So those are your sort of numbers that you're looking at. So we've done it. So now we're going to go to 8 and see what 8 brings us. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling not bad about this. I'm feeling like our character is brainy, educated, willful, but didn't like, I imagine there was like a mustard gas attack, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, wasn't full in it, but like, I imagine there was some trench warfare. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. So, the driver smokes and watches you as you drag your cases to the back of the motor coach. I imagine I'm dragging because, again, my constitution's not the best. Just some evolved to Rambo. It's true. The rack is set inconveniently high on the vehicle. I get a grip on the heavier case. If your size is 40, go to 23. If your size is higher than this, go to 38. Y'all, I think we made the right choice about choosing our size, of having our size be 50 rather than 40. So we're not that short. I imagine we're kind of we're not super tall, but I imagine we're a little thin, but like not in a good way. Like, imagine like we've got wear, like a worn suit that hangs on you a little bit. So we're going to 38 to see what happens from here. The driver continues to enjoy his cigarette, watching with keen interest as I struggle with the case. I grit my teeth and I heave the second one into place. Perhaps the residents of Arkham will have better manners. Hey, I have a question. Do you think we grew up in Arkham, or do you think our parents moved there after we left? Like, do you think we know Arkham, or do you think we don't know Arkham? Questions that I have. We'll have to think about this. Also, we've got to figure out what we did for a living. Yeah, we're going to 233. Also, I resized the thing. I'm probably gonna have to fix it, but it'll be. The driver flicks his cigarette into the gutter and steps into the motor coach. Its engine coughs into life. I board, grateful that I will be the only passenger for the initial part of my trip at least. With mixed emotions, I watch from the window as the tired avenues of my old home slip behind me, receding into the distance. For a few minutes, I can still see the church spire over the brow of the low hill. Then the road dips and it too is gone. Arkham is my new home. I will travel there and I will make a new start. Yeah, my parents retired to Arkham while I was getting educated. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Arkham because I don't know anybody there. So I think I've never been there, but I think my parents were. I agree. I agree, DSP. My parents retired there. Yeah, so I think that, yeah, because we know that the parents settled there, so clearly the parents have moved to Arkham. I suspect if you knew or remembered much about Arkham, you wouldn't be optimistic about returning there. This makes a lot of sense. So, oh, okay. I will see 2 smaller boxes to the right of each characteristic value. I see them. Everybody else sees them too. Have each value rounding down and write the result in the upper right box. Already done. Thank you, roll 20. Also, divide each value by 5, again rounding down, and write the result in the lower right box. Already done. Thank you, roll 20. We will use these numbers later. If you are using the interactive PDF version of the investigator sheet, which you can download from the Chaosium website, you will see that this does all of it, all the math for you. This is correct. In the strip below, you will see tracks that record sanity and magic points. Let's see. I see them. I see them. Beginning sanity is equal to your original POW. Oh, hey, that's good, because my POW is 60, which means we have made a very good choice right there. Our sanity will be... Hey, we have seen stuff, and we are iron-willed, is what it is. Yes. Okay, I'm feeling good about this situation. And the beginning magic points are the same as the value you've just assigned POW divided by 5, which is 12. Already done. Hey, excellent. It looks like I only have 9 hit points. That's worrisome. But hey, who needs more than 9 hit points? Did I ever tell you, if you've never played Call of Cthulhu, there are many ways to lose your character. There are many ways to lose your character. You can die, and unlike D&D, you don't end up with 100 hit points. You have 9, or you can lose your mind to unspeakable horrors that go like to trauma. Basically, you can lose yourself to trauma. The only point of health that matters, says DSB, is the last one. Yeah. So we must now go to 134, which we shall do. If I forget the number, you just have to remind me. 134. The coach. DSB gets it. The only I love you all. The coach putters through the countryside. At first, the interior is stifling and my stomach lurches with every bend in the road. However, the driver opens his window and by switching seats, I find a spot where the breeze hits my face. I soon relax into the journey, observing the quaint little hamlets that the coach serves. A heavy-set woman boards at one settlement and gives me a polite nod. She gets off at the next one. The road rises a little, passing cornfields and orchards. The leaves are turning and the trees are alive with glorious reds and golds. I have just begun to doze when the driver takes a tight bend at speed. So I just want to share something with you all. I am not a person who gets carsick most of the time. Like, generally speaking, I don't get carsick. But if the driver does not drive particularly well, then I can get a little carsick. And the way that which I was always able to, as a kid, avoid car sickness is I would put my hand out. I would crack a window. I'd put my hand out the window so I could feel the air going against my hand, and then I would be able to be fine. Which apparently car sickness is about. I read this. I don't know if it's true. That I was told that car sickness is about like a disconnect between the fact that you're seeing things moving, but you do not feel like you're moving. And like, anyway, things. So there you go. So add size and con together, and then divide the total by 10. 9. That's my hit points. There you go. Mark on my investigator sheet. It's there. My current total may drop, but is unlikely to exceed the starting value. Fair? I also have a luck score. Roll 3 6-sided dice. I will do that. Let's hey everybody, let's hope I roll well. Let's hope I roll well. Hi. What is my roll? I rolled, and you can't see the bottom one, but I rolled an 11. That's not bad. It's average. It's average. 11 is average. It's like just a bit above average, like not a whole lot, but not the worst, right? Like I feel like that's not bad. Hey Prax. The only way I found to prevent car sickness is to put headphones on and listen to music at a higher volume than normal. So, um, yeah, I know how to roll 3d6. And let's see. We call this 3d6, right? If blah, 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 blah. Multiply my 3d6 roll by 5 to get my bidding luck. So I have a 55 luck, which I feel pretty good about. Prax, we're learning how to play Call of Cthulhu. I mean, already know, but you know. Let's see. Now I must make a roll against my dex. Oh, okay. I see. All right. I must make a roll against my dex. Roll 1d100. Actually, I think I can just hit the dex roll. By the way, that's a very nice roll box that they have on that Roll20 character sheet, I will say. Yes, I rolled the 10-sided dice. I know how to do it. If I rolled equal to my dex or less, I passed the roll. If I rolled greater than my dex, I failed the roll. I may be tempted to skip such rolls and simply pretend you always pass. That would be cheating. That would be cheating. But Call of Cthulhu is a game of mystery and horror. The terrible disasters that can befall your character are part of the fun. You will not necessarily have more fun if you pass every roll than you would if you fail. All right. I did pass, so I get to go to 261. So just note that I did pass. Also, I know I'm going to have to readjust, but it's fine. 261. A desperate yell awakens me. I feel myself slide from the seat as the driver spins the wheel and the motor coach plunges off the road. I grab hold of the seat in front of me just in time to prevent a painful fall. The coach stops with a thump. Now I see what has happened. A Fordson tractor has stopped in the road and your driver had to swerve to avoid its steel obstacle. He leaps from his seat onto the road, unleashing a string of curses at the farmer. I take a moment to catch my breath. Perhaps I should offer assistance, but the driver has already returned. He backs the coach up a little and threads it around the tractor, glaring at the farmer. Does this seem like we're going to 71. Does this seem like a bad omen? No, I'm sure it's fine, right? Yes, I'm sure it's fine. Average luck in Cthulhu feels unlucky. That's probably true, actually. I just remembered a Human Torch named Phil Castillo in another adventure. I resume my journey. The driver takes the curves with more caution than before. He glances over his shoulder at me a couple of times. Sorry about before, he says. That fellow was dumber than a hog. I'm Silas. What's your name? That accident was at least as much Silas's fault as it was the farmer's, but it doesn't seem shrewd to antagonize the man while he's driving me through the middle of nowhere. Make up a name for my character, record it on my investigator sheet. I may add my age. For the purpose of this adventure, your character should probably be aged between 23 and 36. Okay, well, Roller 300 gave us a name of Phil Castillo, so we will be Phil Castillo. That is going to be our name. That's this Roller. I blame you for this. We are Phil Castillo. Phil Castillo. And age, so we know it's the 20s, but I don't know when in the 20s it is. Let's say it's like 22, like 1922, around there. We often like to start early in the decade. So let's see. The war ends in 1918. So how about if we are like 25? Let's be about 25. And then we are male. And Grimjack would be proud. Grimjack's great. Grimjack is great. Because we have to make sure that we're different than Grimjack, we'll be Phil G. Castillo. G for Grimjack. Just so that we know that we're not at all the same character that he played. Ta-da? Okay. The coach turns, you talking to me? The coach turns onto a narrower road, which weaves uphill through woodland. Silas becomes chatty. Going to Arkham, eh? Can't say ever heard of the place. Went to Boston once. Didn't like it. Too much hustle and bustle. You got family there? Special someone waiting? The afternoon is wearing on. I see no harm in confiding in Silas about my new life. A job, eh? What's your line? Faulty says, 25 sounds like a good vintage, or I mean, age for our character. Definitely won't get eaten, not at all. So we have to choose an occupation for ourselves. Choose an occupation for your character from the following options. Everyone, this will be very important. Are we an antiquarian, a doctor of medicine, a journalist, a private investigator, or a professor? I feel like we're a journalist. I feel like we're a journalist because I will tell you why. I feel like we're a journalist because we don't have a lot of money. Like, we don't have enough money for, like, a train ticket all the way. And I feel like something happened. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like like, we're going back home. So clearly whatever it was we did not do so well. You know what I mean? Let's hitchhike. Yes, Angelic Dirt, I think we were a war journalist. Yes, I think we were a war journalist. I think we were a war journalist in World War One, and we got back out of the war. We were 25. It's probably like 1922. It is probably not. We've probably have some problems adjusting, shell shock a little bit, and trying and not doing so well. Professor ousted via academic rival, forced into journalism. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with a journalist because I feel like that'll be. I feel like this is a journalist hat. This hat feels to me like a journalist hat. It was somewhere on the edge of Barstow when drugs kicked in. Ooh, I love it. Let's see. I would be a professor, but I feel like I'm too young. Look, here's the thing. My character's 25. That's too young to be a professor. I mean, I just feel like I'd be older if I were a professor. Yeah, I just feel like I'd be older. Like, what have you done? Yeah, and I feel like because I'm rambling, I just feel like we're gonna go with occupation, journalist. That's what we're gonna go with. I feel like that'll be. Good. So we have to go to 239. Yeah, I just feel like he was. I feel like he was a war journalist in the First World War. Speaking of world wars, 239. I said right. It's really interesting playing doctor be a second. Yeah, I was thinking basically journalist or doctor. Some say hitchhiking or gathering research for our first local color article for the local Blats. Absolutely, yes. Phil wants answers. One thing I would say is that Rissa is GMing me in a Call of Cthulhu game set in 1950 in Seattle. And one of the questions that she asked, she says, okay, well, if you're playing a male character, what did you do during the war? Because there was a draft. And I think it's interesting to think, okay, if it's 1922, how old is your character? What were they doing during World War One? Right? You know, these are kind of interesting questions because, you know, things to ponder. Okay, 239. I mentioned the reporter's job, which I secured at the Arkham Gazette on the strength of a few freelance pieces in my local newspaper. It will be a relief to get away from vapid society columns and whimsical stories. I understand the Gazette covers everything from breakthroughs of researchers at Miskatonic University to the most sordid exploits of the local ne'er-do-wells. It should be something to get my teeth into at any rate. A writer? For a newspaper? Silas seems confused, as if he thought the stories somehow wrote themselves. My credit rating skill is 20%, which is what it felt like to me, because after all, you know, yeah, we're in edit mode, that's good. Because it really did not feel like we had enough money we didn't have money for the train, so I feel like a 20 credit rating is pretty decent. I mean, it's not good, it's a bad credit rating, but it feels appropriate. That's what I'm saying. My occupation skills are art, craft, photography. Okay. Nice, and I get photography, oh, sorry, we'll note it. Art, craft, photography, we'll do this twice. History, library use, own language, psychology, and one of either charm, fast talk, intimidate, or persuade. Yeah, if I had money, I would not be on the bus. Is credit like monetary credit or social credit? It's both. Credit rating is both in that way, which I think is sort of interesting, Valtiel, because credit rating is a mix of how much cash you have available, but also your means, right? Like if you are a person who is an upstanding citizen who has a good job and is respectable, maybe you're a doctor, you're going to have a higher credit rating than somebody who looks like a bum. That bum might actually be a criminal with a lot of money, right? But so there's a way in which credit rating is a bit of both, which I actually think is pretty cool. Like if you want to sort of try to get a really good table at a restaurant, an exclusive restaurant, you're probably going to roll credit rating to do that, which is a mix of the kind of person society sees you as well as how much money you actually have. And I really like that this game, there are some other games that do this as well, that this game makes the distinction between not just money, but also class, right? Because there are a lot of people who are very rich who have no money, or people that sort of seem respectable but don't have money, and vice versa. DSP says, also can think of it as social status, can sometimes supplement or replace financial needs. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's really cool. Okay. So I have to pick charm, fast talk, intimidate, or persuade. Charm, fast talk, intimidate, or persuade. Well, let's see. Why don't we go to the quick start and see how they define the differences between those 4 social skills, because we might be able to find out a little bit about who we think we are. Like, how do we get the news, right? How do we get the news? Let's see. Let's look at... Let's see. Credit rating. I'm looking for... yeah, but give me definitions. Give me definitions. This is the quick start. Are you going to give me... Here we go. This is... Give me some skills. Equipment, hit points, credit rating, skills, levels of success, blah, blah, luck rolls, sanity, combat. It's the quick start, by the way. Weapon damage, hit points, more damage, losing your mind. We're going to have to go to the core book. Because look, here's the thing. How people define social skills is always a little bit different from one system to the next. And I always like to know exactly how they're thinking about it, because these things are not always the same. Let's see. Here we go. Interpersonal skills. Well, we have to see how they define these things, right? Credit rating is my dump stat. Let's see. The relative values in charm, fast talk, intimidate, and persuade skills serve to define a character and how they interact with people. It is not for the player to nominate which of these 4 skills they are using in a given situation. Instead, the player should describe what the investigator is doing and saying, and then it is up to the keeper to decide which of the 4 skills is appropriate. If the investigator is threatening violence or acting aggressively, the skill is intimidate. Violence or acting aggressively. Not how we do our reporting, I don't think. If the investigator is attempting to befriend or seduce, the skill is charm. If the investigator is using rational arguments and debate over a prolonged time, the skill is persuade. If the investigator is acting quickly to deceive, con, or trick, the skill is fast talk. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is tricky. Well, this is tricky. Okay, so violence or aggression is intimidate. Befriending or seducing is charm. Long-term, right? Rational arguments or debate over long-term is persuade. Deceive, con, trick, quickly is fast talk. Okay. Ooh. Let's see. In Wild RP, all Crispin Contability needs to say is howdy. Hello, silly Mythiel. Eyes in the darkness are peering through a crack in reality, their gaze slicing across the surface. Ooh, I feel like part of me feels like it's fast talk. Um, Part of me feels like our reporter does a lot of fast talking. I mean, it's basically either fast talk or charm. I don't think I think it's like short stories, right? I think it's let's go with fast talk, shall we? Let's go with fast talk. Let's say that the our reporter tries to trick people into sort of revealing secrets. Um, yeah, we're gonna go with fast talk. This is gonna like I feel like this is it. I feel like this is our skill, fast talk. So I may also pick any two skills other than Cthulhu Mythos as personal specialties. Allocate the following values amongst these occupation skills, writing in the larger square: 70, 60, 60, 50, 50, 50, 40, 40, 40. Ooh, okay, okay, all right. So, our best skill, I think, should be. Ooh, library use. Library use is going to be our 70 because that is the skill used for research, and I think our book nerd does a lot of research. We have two 60s. We write, so own language is going to have to be 60. Let's see. Language, own. So own language will be 60 because I think you need your own language for writing. And I think we're going to go with history as our other 60 because I think, again, we have a bit of a nerd situation going on there. And then what we would need is a war correspondent. That is a very good question. And we're going to add those. So we have, we used history, library use, and own language. So we have psychology and fast talk, and then two more. And let's say we have history, okay. So psychology, persuade. Am I missing something? Oh, I'm missing photography. So sorry. Photography is going to have to be one of our 50s. So I think we're actually pretty decent at photography. So that's, we have 70 at library use, 60 in history and own language. And then we have one of our 50s in photography. And we have two 50s and two 40s. Points for psych, yeah. So let's put the other 50 in psychology. That'll be our other 50. We have one more 50, which I feel like we should probably put in for fast talk. Fast talk will be our other 50, which gives us two 40s. And I think our two 40s should be, we're going to think about ourselves as a war correspondent. And let's see, I think it would be, so we have accounting, anthropology, appraise, archaeology, charm, climb, credit rating, Cthulhu Mythos, disguise, dodge, drive, auto, electrical repair, fast talk. I think we're going to need some kind of shooting skill, is what I think we're going to need. Fighting, firearms, rifle, shotgun should be at 40 because we had to do some rifle shotgunning in the army. And then let's see. Then we had first aid, history, intimidate, jump, law, libraries, listen, locksmith, mechanical repair, medicine, natural world. I'm thinking maybe first aid. Navigate, though, is something you use in the military all the time. Psychoanalysis, psychology, ride, sleight of hand, spot hidden, stealth, swim, throw, track. Okay, I'm feeling like navigate. Because navigate you need for like orienteering. So let's have navigate bear other 40. And I think that's all of our skills. So we were a war correspondent. We are very stealth. Yeah, I don't think he was stealthing a lot. I think we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that we're gonna get in trouble with that one. You know what I mean? Because we don't know that there's gonna be badness when we get to Arkham, even though there will be. So let's go to 128. Phil. Hey, Roller, what was the game where he was Phil Castillo? Have I listened to it? Do I know it? I realize silence hasn't made us stop. Look, I'm just saying we don't know that we're gonna walk into a bunch of madness. You know, we're gonna find out. Like, I could also take some spot hidden. That would have been good, but we'll get there. Also, we have a 25 and we have a 20 in stealth. It's not the best. You know, look, if we were a PI, I'd have more stealth. I realize Silas hasn't made a stop since the incident with the tractor. The motor coach winds its way uphill. However, my thoughts are interrupted as the road crests a ridge and I'm treated to a magnificent view of the vista below. A creek snakes through the valley, breaking the rich autumn palette of the tree line. In the distance, the white mountains rise into a hazy cloud. There's no settlement, not even a cabin, as far as the eye can see. Birds drift through the treetops, and I can just make out what might be 2 white-tailed deer lingering by the water. Perhaps I'm making a mistake moving to the city. Could I survive on my own in this lush wilderness? I have a base ability in most skills listed in brackets after the skill name and on the investigator sheet. For instance, I have a 20% in climb and a base dodge equal to half my dex. I find this interesting that we are clearly from a very small town and we're going to go to the big city of Arkham. But also, I think it's weird to be describing Arkham as a big city. Like, how big is the city? I feel like it's not Boston big, but you know what? Yes, it was a custom call. I will hope for your sake that the ritual's dice don't turn on me. I hope so too. Some lovely description of Lovecraft Country, absolutely. An open world double campaign, Project Aurora, Project. Oh, neat. Okay. So we now know that I grew up in a small town, which makes a lot of sense, right? Small town, wanted to get away, blah blah blah. Education's my way out. Also, I'm excited to be, going to Arkham, but I think a little bit scared because, big town. 144, my friends. The motor coach rattles on through the hills, and Silas lapses into silence. The sky darkens behind me, pinks tinting the clouds as the sun descends. Finally, a welcome sight comes into view, a settlement on the crest of a hill. This doesn't look like the pictures I've seen of Ossipee, but perhaps I can persuade Silas to stop while I stretch my legs. Speaking of which, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were saying, Phil was a GM-controlled boyfriend of that Salty Ginger's adventurer. Nice. Arkham was big enough to apparently be Lovecraft's whole world. Well, that's true. And it does have but there are some places, there are some universities in Massachusetts and towns that are very, very small. Like, UMass Amherst. Amherst is not a big town, but there's a university there. I'm just saying. We did pick our two skills, like our two. Wait, what number are we on right now? We're on we're in 144. We're in 144. You said 128, right? 128. Oh, you're right. We didn't actually boost those skills. I would like to say thank you, Valtiel. Thank you so much, because we just did not get ourselves a level up that we should have taken. Choose 4 skills, which are not your occupation skills, nor Cthulhu Mythos. These are your personal interest skills. Boost each of these by 20. Okay, so we have to boost 4 skills by 20. Valtiel, I want to thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. So much. We are going to boost. First off, I think we have to boost Spot Hidden to make that a 45. Because I feel like as a reporter, you need to boost your Spot Hidden. So let's just note that. Oh, you're following along. Valtiel, I'm so glad you're following along with your own copy. Thank you. So we've boosted 1, and that's going to be our Spot Hidden. We should also, because we're in the military, boost first aid by 20, which will bring us to a 50. You've got some basic first aid skills. We get 2 more. Some people, we know who they are. Their Rissa wants us to have stealth. Okay, I will boost it, stealth to 40. But I also think we're going to need listen. Because I think as a reporter, you have to listen well. So let's boost that up to 40 as well. So we have boosted our 4 skills, right? Okay. We have done them. At this point, you may like to calculate 1/2 and 1/5 values for each skill, which we've done. Basically, it's fine. Remember to round down. Did. If you're bored of calculations, you can leave the math until it becomes necessary. Yeah, I got it. Everything's fine. Back to 144. Thank you, Voltail, for catching that. You are a champ. If there's a situation where we were war reporting, we had to hide all of a sudden. Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of, like, that situation. Minutes later, a harsh stuttering from the engine interrupts your reverie. Silas frowns and rattles the gear stick. The motor coach falters in its ascent. Silas utters a curse I don't recognize and grinds his teeth, struggling at the wheel. I seem to inch up the hill, just inch, until I reach the first buildings, low dwellings constructed from rough red stone. Silas wrestles the coach into a small bay off the road. He scrambles from a seat and makes for the engine compartment. Also, I feel like we're in a pretty nice place, so I feel like we need a slightly nicer sort of tone, but I don't think any of the music I have is pleasant. This doesn't feel fall. No, that doesn't feel fall. How about this? No. Look, what I'm trying to tell you is I don't have anything on here that is happy. I just want you to know that there is a serious lack of happiness. Let's see if maybe we can find something like autumn. Like maybe there's an autumn situation here that is not bad. Like autumn day. Look, that seems nice. Let's just add it. Let's add it to our game because maybe that'll be pleasant. Hey, look, it's autumn. Just a little bit too bright and cheery. No, it's just not that kind of space. Okay. Also, having happy music made me choke my drink. I didn't prepare any happy music because it's Call of Cthulhu. Like, what am I? What you know what I mean? How about okay? How about if I just look for calm? I could look for calm, and maybe that might give me something that would be airport lounge. No, airship serenity. Almost amazing ambient. Anguish. No. Ashton Manor. I feel like that ambient seems interesting. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do a little bit of that because it's not depressing or sad, but it's also not like it feels like when we're having a moment, it could be okay. Let's go with that. We're going to go with ambient. Yes. Okay. It hasn't started. But there we go. See? That's atmospheric. I feel like that's okay. All right. I must now choose to make a roll against Drive Auto or Psychology. If I choose Drive Auto, I need to roll equal to or less than the skill value. If I choose Psychology, I need a hard success. This is a roll equal to less than half of the skill value. Okay, so I need either Drive Auto or Psychology. Well, I did not take Drive Auto. I have the 20 at Drive Auto. And Psychology is 50, so Psychology is better. So we're going to roll Psychology at hard, and we will see if we can do this. Let's see. Okay, well, again, Failure. Failure. If I fail my roll, 194. We failed our roll. We don't know. We're gonna find out what's happening. 194. Silas opens the engine compartment and sticks his head inside. They haven't told us about pushes yet, so we don't know yet. The hot metal pops and sizzles. He pokes at various components and then withdraws and wipes his brow, smearing it with dark grease. I ain't sure what's wrong. Might be the oil pressure. Might be something knocked off kilter when we took that spill. By the way, Call of Cthulhu 2nd Edition has the ability to push a roll, wherein you can if you can come up with a second approach, a second reason why you get to re-roll, you can re-roll, but then if you fail, it's bad. It's bad. Very bad. Can't do much until the engine cools neither. And with the light failing, I reckon we'll be here through the night. He wipes his hands on a rag. The shadows from my surroundings are already long, and the air is chilly. I feel like this is bad. I feel stiff from the journey, and a night in the rickety coach sounds unappealing. Silas sees my dismay. This here's Emberhead. Miles from any place. I only come through twice a week. But the folks here are good people. May Ledbetter keeps a spare room. She'll look after you. Up that alley, turn right, and first house on the left. He scratches his cheek, looks again into the engine compartment, and spits on the ground. Meet me back here at 8 in the morning, and we'll see how we stand. How can this be bad? The rolls are keeping you out of Arkham. You're fine. We already know the driver is not tempered. I don't like being stuck with him longer than necessary. Yeah, okay, well... if I look for May Ledbetter's house, I go to 267. To ask Silas where he will spend the night, go to 251. To challenge Silas about the breakdown, go to 257. First off, I'm not going to challenge him about the breakdown, because it just didn't make any sense. I don't feel like I need to antagonize him. Again, we had a whole discussion about not antagonizing him. I think we just... And I also, look, honestly, I don't think we care that much about Silas. Emberhead, how wholesome, I think. Yeah, he's probably sleeping the bus. So we're going to go to May Ledbetter's. That's 267. We're going to see... And again, what pleasant music we've got going on. Everything is fine. I drag my cases between the sullen buildings. I feel surprisingly weary, considering I've spent all day sitting down. Silas's directions lead me to a modest dwelling with a slate roof. A nameplate reads, Ledbetter. And underneath, a sign in neat copper plate reads, Lodging Room. The lane around me is gloomy, but a lamp flickers in the window. A breeze chills my face. I'm not about to begin my new life by sleeping in the street. Well, I rap on the weather-beaten door. Do I have enough money for this? I hope I do. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I can afford this, but, you know. Yeah. You have a chance to go see someone named May Ledbetter, one of the best blues names out there. It is. That is a good blues name. After a moment, I hear footsteps inside the house. A bolt is drawn back, and the wooden door swings open. A figure with loose curls and a rough-looking house dress peers at me. Her gaze takes in my traveling suit and my cases. Her voice has a slight Irish lilt. Well, hello. Should I take it as you're looking for a room for the night? Just add. Oh, roller's already a regular. Aww. I inquire as to her rates, suppressing a grimace. As far as I've seen, the village does not offer me many alternatives. Oh, you'll find them very reasonable, she says. You look tired. I may. Come inside and we'll talk over a cup of tea. The Ledbetter house feels cramped, with a low ceiling and simple fittings, but it is well kept, and a cheerful fire crackles in the grate. The aroma of the tea is soothing, and the cup warms my fingers. Oh, have you come to Emberhead for the festival? Asks May. time out. Bad. Bad. I don't know about you, but I feel like going to a small town in the middle of nowhere, there's going to be a festival, probably ends up in me being burned alive inside of a wicker man. Those are my feelings. Those are just my feelings. And Valtiel says, this seems like a setup, to be honest. I hope it's not a setup, because that would be bad. Folk horror feels, yeah, it does. Hey, there was an episode of, I don't know if you've ever watched, Torchwood, the spinoff from Doctor Who, and there was an episode called Countryside, but side was like homicide, C-I-D-E. Thought that was good, liked it. Explain what happened with Silas and the coach, go to 14. To ask about the festival, go to 21. Yeah, I think Woodstock, it's a small town. Let's, yeah, that was a good episode. Yeah, I also regret not challenging the driver as well. But, like, okay, why don't we, ask about the festival? I feel like that would be a good thing to do. We'll just ask about how the festival's going. Like, tell me about the festival. This way we just sort of don't mention that we have been delivered by Silas for death. You know, just distraction. Well, now, I suppose the festival's about the only reason folks come to Emberhead. I thought you had maybe come to study it or take a photograph. Well, it's not tomorrow night, but the night after. I suppose it looks very strange to a passerby. May tops up my tea, and I'm sure it's totally drugged. The spout chinks against my cup. We've got the beacon, you see. On one night every year, there's a torchlit procession, and we light the beacon on the cliffs. You've never seen the like of it. They say it keeps the spirit of the village alive for another year. It's a celebration. Celebration. She tails off for a moment and blinks. Oh, but you didn't come here to listen to me blather. You must be hungry. I can roast up a bit of stew. How'd that be? I ask again about her rates, and May names a price so low that I accept it without hesitation because I do not realize the setup when I see it. The room is small, but comfortable, and the stew dark and hearty. After dinner, I have a couple of hours before my usual bedtime. Oh, y'all. White people in New England famously have totally normal and healthy celebrations that do not involve setting people on fire. I feel like we need different music now because I do not feel like an ambient niceness is what we've got going on. I feel like something a bit more not good is... Let's go with how about Hidden Past? What's this like? Yeah. No, we don't like that one. That one's too intense. Let's just go with how about this one? We'll just try this one out. See how we feel about it. It's called Protean Fields. So we can talk to May some more, we can walk around and get my bearings, or we can turn in for an early night. I think we should walk around and get our bearings, because after all, we're a reporter, and reporters like to see what's going down, like what's on the beat. We want to, you know, check things out. That's my guess. We've 3 rivers here, 0 fires used in Western PA. Feed the visitors to the town. See, I just... of course not. Father Dagon would be insulted by fire. There must be water nearby. Burl's like, this is not fine. Keeps the town alive. It's all bad. It's all bad. We're gonna go and we're gonna walk around the town. I feel like that's what you do. You walk around the town and you see what's happening in town. Because we can talk to May whenever we want. And of course, we can just leave also whenever we want. That's exactly right. So we're going to 70 something, and I forgot the number. It's like 70... 74. Right? Yes? 75. Okay, 75. Thank you, Valtiel. Oh. May's brow creases when I announce my intention to take a stroll. Mind how you go, she says. Emberhead's surrounded by cliffs, and we don't want We don't have your fancy street lamps here. Take a lantern and watch your step. Outside, I see what she means. The sky is overcast and only a few glimmers of moonlight peek from the clouds. Without the heavy lantern, I would be walking in near total darkness. I cannot hope to get an overview of the village tonight. Maze Street is a narrow passage hemmed in by a squat, dark dwelling. At the end, however, it opens up. A wide thoroughfare leads off to my right. A crude sign names it Silbury Street. To the left, a few yards away, my light picks out the crooked posts of a simple fence. And beyond that, the ground drops away into darkness. I take a couple of steps closer, but I can see nothing. Air from below cools my face, and then some instinct makes me look around. I just don't. It's 86 is where I'm going to say these numbers out loud so that Valtiel can follow along and make sure I don't miss anything, but also so if I forget which number, because I'm distracted by death, you can remind me. Don't go out in the night, she says. People tend to go over cliffs where we hold the fires. I was like, yeah, yeah. Whew, Cliff's Notes. An ink-black figure stands in the road about 20 yards behind me. It stares at me. I form the sudden impression that it will run at me and throw me over the cliff edge. This is unsettling. Seeing it has been spotted, the figure slips down an alley. To return to the safety of the Ledbetter house, go to 100. To confront the dark figure, go to 121. And I just want you to know, we're going to confront the dark figure. This is a bad idea, but I feel like we, Phil, are a little freaked out and unsettled, and I think that we're going to try to get control of the situation by confronting, hey Max, by confronting this figure, finding out, because maybe there's a reasonable explanation for all of this. You know. Yep. There's no control in Cthulhu, at least. 121. As I approach, the figure takes a pace back, then another. It slips down an alley between two buildings. To catch my target, I must make a track roll, which I have a 10 in. So let's this is good creepy background music. I like it. I'm gonna roll this track. I don't think I will succeed, but here we go. Oh wait, that was a hard. I still failed. That should be a regular roll. I rolled a 26 versus 10. We can't push it. They've not told us about pushing yet, so I can't. I do, however, have luck. I'm only 16 points off. I could burn 16 points of luck to make that roll. But they haven't told us about luck yet, so I feel like I shouldn't do it until they tell us, because we're, we haven't been told about it yet. So I fail, so we're going to go to 130. The figure moves fast, with almost silent steps. I'm hampered with a heavy lantern in an unfamiliar environment. I emerge from the alley into a dusty courtyard, and I can detect no sign of my quarry. I scratch around for a few minutes, but the figure is gone. It seems unwise to continue my stroll through unknown dark streets while this threatening presence is abroad. I head back to the Ledbetter house. May lets me in and settles back in her chair. Soon she begins to yawn. I believe I'll turn in. When would you like your breakfast? Go to 63. Max says, I don't use luck spending in my own games. Gives the player too much control. Oh, see, Max. I allow but no more than 10 points up. See, Max, I go and spend your luck. Because the thing is, if you spend your luck, then you don't have it. Then you don't have it. Because you're going to have to make lots of luck rolls. If you keep spending your luck, you're going to start failing all those luck rolls. It's like a stealing from Peter to pay Paul situation. Yeah. Spend it. Spend all of that luck. And then I'm going to ask you for luck rolls. And then you won't have any luck. And then, But you like the constant helplessness. I like sometimes for them to feel like they're gonna be fine, and then they're just not anymore, and then it's like desperation. Because eventually the well run dry. I like that Trooper's logic here is literally the same as his logic for encumbrance. What if I need it later? But it's the opposite, right? Because like I spend it, and all that luck. But I can't spend it yet. So where am I going? I'm going to 63. 63. As May stands, I hear a clunk behind me. I look over my shoulder, but all I can see is a wooden door securely closed. May tuts. Oh, the young lady of the house. She'll have been listening to us. Ruth, come and greet our guest. There's a short pause. Then the door creaks open. Two wide eyes peer at me from the gap between tousled hair and a rough nightgown. What do you say? The eyes blink. Pleased to meet you. Now get back to bed. The door closes again. My daughter Ruth. 10 years this summer. She's a delight and a torment all in one. Don't worry. She sleeps in with me. She'll not disturb you. Good night now. I retire to my room. It's a little chilly, but I'm too tired to worry about lighting the fire. The sheets are clean and the bed soon warms up. The silence outside is strange after living in a town for so long, but soon I drop off. I just feel like it's all bad, right? Like Ruth is probably a serial killer. She's a 10-year-old serial killer, is what I feel like. What if we use it all now, then walk away? So, there's a movie that I recommend if you like movies that are horror movies. We're going to 154, by the way. It's a movie from the 50s, late 50s, early 60s, that sort of time frame. And it's a good classic B movie. And it's called The Bad Seed. And it's about a cute little blonde girl with like pigtails. She's an adorable little blonde girl, and she murders people. She's not very nice. And she murders people. So I recommend it. It's a nice, good black and white film. Bad Seed is horrifying, says Max. I know. Love it. Love it. What if Ruth is the creature? Swindle says, serial killer possessed, next sacrifice, the cryptid itself. I know. Many options. Compiling a list of published Call of Cthulhu scenarios that take place on Halloween. That's my job tonight. Nice. They changed it in from the novel, apparently. Oh, really? Oh, I should read the novel. Ruth is a darling. She probably just needs some time alone. Yeah. Spider Baby is another one from that era about evil children. That's fantastic. Oh, that was a good... Village of the Damned is another one. Look, I'm just telling you, children can be creepy. The novel, from what I've read, is darker. Ooh, I gotta tell you, there are a number of novels, like sort of crimey novels, pulpy novels from the 50s are super dark. Like, way darker than you'd imagine. We were all like, oh, the 50s, so great. No. A lot of stuff in the 50s was dark. 154. I dream of fire and the great coruscating colors shimmering through the dancing tongues of flame. At first they're tiny, almost microscopic, but they grow and grow until a kaleidoscopic inferno spills from the fireplace, spreading across the floor and up the sheets. I wake with a start. Daylight glints through the curtains. I get up and I examine the grate, blinking the sleep from my eyes. It is quite cold. If I have taken any damage, which I haven't, I may heal 1 hit point back from my night's sleep. But I didn't take any damage. Why would I have taken damage? Game? What's that about? I'm going to 166. So, the Spider Baby's in public domain, I think. I'm wanting to make a Call of Cthulhu scenario based on it. Oh, nice. Of course, a lot of movies in the 1950s were dark. Nuclear apocalypse was looming everywhere. Yeah. People, see, the thing is, people are like, oh, the 1950s, like Leave It to Beaver. Like, Leave It to Beaver was a TV show. Look at the films and the books. They were dark. Like, they were dark. They were dark. Dark. Oh, confronting silence in primary combat. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. May seems to have no running water, but has supplied some in a ceramic jug. I freshen up at the washstand and go in. She cooks a hearty breakfast and leaves me to eat in peace. At about 7:30, oh, that's so early, I'm paid up, packed, and ready to go. I bid May goodbye. and she wishes me the best for my new career in Arkham. If I succeeded at a skill roll last night and wish to investigate the results further, go to 178. Otherwise, go to 192. Did I succeed in these skill rolls last night? Oh, hey. Hey. Do you know what we don't have? Sorry. Here's a thing about Call of Cthulhu for people who have not played Call of Cthulhu. This is important. Call of Cthulhu, this is how level up works in Call of Cthulhu. In Dungeons & Dragons, you kill monsters, you get experience points, and when you get enough experience points, you go up a level. There are no levels here. What happens, if you succeed in a roll, you mark it. So we have succeeded in, what did we do? We did a dexterity success, that's not a psychology fail. So we've failed all of our rolls that we needed to roll. But if you succeed in a skill check, you mark it off. Like here, if I succeed in occult, I check occult. And then at the end of the game, any skill that you used, you roll against it. You use successfully. Any skill that you use successfully, at the end of the game, you roll against it. If you fail, you then get to roll a d10 and add that number to your skill. So that means if you have like a 20 and something, if you succeeded, you're very, very likely to fail that skill roll at the end and then up your skill. But if you have a skill of like a 90, you're going to succeed most of the time in the game, but you're probably not going to level up anymore. So like, you level up faster when you're lower. Like when you have no skill in something, it's hard to level up, but once you get like some skill, it's easier to level up on it. And then once you get really, really high, you're probably not going to level up much anymore. It's a pretty cool thing in that your character sheet shows you what you've been through as a character. Like you level up the things that you ended up using a lot. So I think that's actually pretty awesome. But I did not succeed in any rolls, so we're going to go to 192. I just feel really bad about that. I feel like this is bad. Yeah. I'm already tired of my heavy bags. Hopefully, Silas has repaired the motor coach and I can resume my long journey. A sourpuss he might be, but that old driver seemed to understand his vehicle well enough. I paused to check my watch, still 20 minutes early, and around the final corner. The motor coach is gone. I was 20 minutes early and the motor coach is gone. I put my bags down and searched the area, trekking up and down the slopes and around corners. At the edge of the village, I trace the long road back as it winds across the hills. 8 o'clock comes and goes, and there's no coach to be seen. A passing villager notices my bags.
Looking for a bus? I heard him take off at first light. He's due back in 3 or 4 days. Needed a place to stay. May Ledbetter rents a room.
The man raises his hat to me and strolls into the village. I curse Silas under my breath. Perhaps he went for parts, but I wonder if the old goat has stranded me here on purpose. So, you know how there's a ceremony that's going to take place? Sorry, a festival? Yeah. I feel like we have been left here to die as a sacrifice. After the original Going Solo stream, I realized I had this game, and I'm so glad I held off on it so I could just present it. Oh, so nice! Okay. Yeah, this is, keeps the village alive. It seems bad. Okay, let's go to 218. Let's just go to 218 and see what's going to happen, and what's going to happen is bad. Look, I was up even early. Okay, 218. May is doing laundry and looks surprised to see me again. I got something. When I explain my situation, she offers to store my bags while I try to arrange alternative transport. I'm grateful to relinquish the load. You know, nobody here has anything like a car. She strokes her chin and narrows her eyes. Maybe you could find somebody with a horse and cart for your bags, and I could ask around later. Try Mr. Winters at the village hall. He'll know if anyone will. Or ask amongst the artisans. Their workshops are first left on Silbury Street. She reaches over and squeezes my wrist. Don't worry. I won't see you sleep in the street, money or no money. I thank May, and I turn to face the village. I thank her because she is in no way a cultist going to 6 who might try to murder me. So, great. Oh yeah, yep, a festival. Okay. I wander the streets of Emberhead without any particular destination in mind. The village is built on a relatively flat upland with splendid views. To the north, the hazy tips of the White Mountains reach for the heavens. To the south, the sparkling waters of Lake Winnipesaukee touch the horizon. The village itself takes less than 5 minutes to cross from edge to edge. I arrive on the winding road to the west. The only other road leads to the south, following a lower ridge of land as it turns east. In the southwest of the village, an open grassy space borders a ruined church, its graveyard cresting the cliffs. To the northeast, the three main thoroughfares meet at a raised black metal structure. It looms stark against the blue sky. Okay. Hello, Mikey. Be sit, frog, sit. Be sit, frog, sit. Sit, sit. I'm a little concerned about this weird raised black metal structure, which I'm sure is for the festival, which I'm sure is in no way a human sacrifice starring me. I'm certain of it. Yeah. I'll be fine. They need to be happy and healthy for a proper sacrifice. Okay, so I have some choices. We should talk about it. I may ask about transport at the local general store, seek out the village hall, walk down to the lower level and check out the eastern road, examine the large metal structure, explore the church, or look for local people with their own transport needs. So, yeah. Svenwolf says, sure that massive twisted spiked lawn art isn't to impale me on and set me alight. So here's the thing. We need to get out of here. But I feel like the big black twisted structure is right there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's right there. So I sort of feel like maybe we should just look at it, right? We should maybe just look at the structure and just see what, we could just see what... Oh, I don't need that right now. We could just see what it has to say, right? Like, that's not bad, is it? I mean, we do need to leave, but I feel like we should just maybe... I am an inquisitive journalist who survived the war. We have to look. Let's just go look at that huge metal structure. 57. We're a reporter. We're a journalist. We've got to know. I walk up the approach, the most central of the village's major streets. It points directly at the odd metal structure. As I emerge from the shade of the nearby buildings, I'm greeted by a magnificent panorama spread from the north to the southeast. The last colors of fall tint the hills in a sleepy gold. The structure, by contrast, is made from uncompromising iron, singed black. It supports an immense curved platform at the level of my head. Further struts snake up to a central point. It looks like may have been some kind of sculpture at some time, but are now twisted and melted beyond recognition. An older gentleman passes, looking up at me with rheumy eyes. "Are you here for the festival?" he asks. "That's the beacon. When they light it night after next, you'll be able to see it 10 miles away." He gives a little nod of satisfaction, then moves on, leaning on his walking stick. Now you notice bundles of wood tied and stacked against the buildings nearby. Perhaps the festival would be an interesting diversion. But I really must head to Arkham as soon as possible. Balltail says, it's very weird how GM brain conflicts with fight or flight brain in decision-making games like this. But also, like, you know what I mean? You have to, like, there's, like, this interesting balance. So, I have to make a spot hidden roll, everyone. So we're going to make a spot hidden roll right now, and we are going to succeed in that spot hidden roll. Or we will not succeed at that spot hidden roll. So that was a failure. So let's, okay, so we're gonna go to 25 because we did not succeed We did not succeed. They've not given us the option yet. I'm beginning to get my bearings in Emberhead. Would I like to explore some more? Sure, let's see what we have. I may choose another option from those below. Do not repeat a previous choice. Once I've tried 4 options, or before that if I'm ready to move on, go to 3. Okay. So we've checked out the big, scary place where I'll be murdered later. So we can ask about transport to the local general store, seek out the village hall, walk down to the lower level and check out the eastern road, explore the church, or look for local people with their own transport needs. So those are 5 choices. We can make 3 more. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, it's gonna be bad. Why don't we? The problem is I don't trust any of these villagers. As a player who's been a GM, I don't trust any of these villagers. But why don't we? Oh boy. Okay, look. I want to go check out the ruined church. That is a definite have to do. Let's go check out the ruined church before we talk to the villagers. Because here's the thing. We'll check out the ruined church, then we'll get a ride out of town. Right? We'll just get a ride out. If we go talk to the villagers, they're going to certainly get us a ride out of town immediately. And then we won't be able to investigate the ruined church. So let's go to the ruined church first. And then we will, Maxwell's like, just walk. Let's go check out the ruined church. And then, that's 34. And then we will go and ask about leaving. I think that's a great idea. You cross the street towards the church. As I glance to my left, my gaze alights on the large metal structure. Hold on, is there any reason why you might be worried? I didn't hear all this play through. I'm worried because we're stranded here, and I feel like they're going to murder us. I mean, there's no evidence of it. I'm just being paranoid. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Ruined church is definitely never ominous, never housing demonic entities, or evidence that this is a whole cult. Yeah. Yeah, I had a pretty creepy dream. Somebody was, stalking me. It was fine. Something bothers me about its positioning. It's the large black metal structure. I back up and look again. Yes. Emberhead's central thoroughfare points directly at the structure. This seems too precise to be a coincidence. Hey, guess what, everybody? I was up way too late last night, doing the overlay for today, because I've been doing new shows, and every new show needs a new overlay. So, but I don't know if you notice, the overlay that I'm using, like the little boop, 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 right? These little, there we go, whoop, little corners there, little Art Deco corners. Those are flames. Those little flames in there. I was like, nice. Yes, I like it, but I made little flames on it because I wanted to be I want it to be appropriate. So those are actually little shames, little fire flames in there. All right. I press on and I draw into the shadow of the church. The building is in a sorry state. The top of the steeple is missing, a ragged gash of splintered boards marking its absence, and the floors beneath it have collapsed. It appears to have torn through the roof of the main building as it fell. Only the back half is still intact. The white paint, which once covered the church, has yellowed and peeled. It seems safe enough to explore the rear section. Old pews are stacked against the wall, choked with mildew. Most of the windows are broken. I guess this church has been disused for about 20 years. There's little more to interest me. Make a ride roll. Oh. I may have a bonus die. Oh. Roll the 10th percentile dice twice and take the lower result. If I succeed, go to 46. Okay. So ride or die. Okay. I have a 5 in ride. So I'm not good at that, but okay. Let's, yeah, great. Okay, well, I rolled a, hold on a second. wait a minute. 40. I rolled a 40. But hold on. I can roll a bonus die and see what I get. I just want a bonus die. No, that's not what I want. That says 1d10. No, I just rolled a... Stop it. Bonus penalty. I don't know what that does for me. I basically rolled a higher number, so we are fine. It's just a d10. It says a little bonus penalty right there, right? I figured it'll just like do it for you, but the roll was not a 0, which was the only thing I could do. So here's how it works. In the old editions before 7th edition, you just roll your regular percentile dice and see what happened. But in the 7th edition, if you get a bonus die, you roll your regular percentile die, which is like a 1 die that's in the 10s place, and then 1 die that's in the 1s place. And then you get to roll a second die to replace that 10s when you pick the lower one of that one. So if you roll a 4 and a 7, that's a 47. You can roll a second die for that 10s place. I didn't do that. Why did you? And then so you can get a better roll. Also, if you have a penalty die, you roll 2 dice for your 10s place, and you pick the worst one. Yeah. Yes. So, is it better to burn out or fade away? So, hey, as a keeper, I prefer the penalty die. I figured you might. So we did not succeed that ride roll, so we have to go to 46. It makes me worried. The interior smells of earth and decay, but I catch an additional distinctive whiff about the place. The scent of horses. I search around, and in a dark corner I find both the remnant of a hoof mark and some dried droppings. This ruined church was used as a stable quite recently. Where are the horses now? Yeah, I bet all the horses in town that might get me out of here are gone. Going to 25. Going to 25, everybody. I begin to get my bearings around Emberhead. I can explore some more. So, we've done 2 options. We've got 2 more. We can ask about transport at the local general store, seek out the village hall, or walk down to the lower level and check out the eastern road, or look for local people with their own transport needs. Ruth ate the horses. So I feel like we should go to the general store. No, we should go to the village hall, because that's where cultists hang out. Let's go to the village hall. You know? Let's go to the village hall. We have multiple choices. Let's go to the village hall. That's where you hide things that... I'm a reporter. Reporters go to village halls all the time. That's 84. And then we'll have one more choice, and then we can see what we can do about getting out of here. Yeah, okay. Check out the basement at the village hall. See, this is what I'm saying. The village hall backs against a cliff at the end of Silbury Street. It's the largest building I've seen so far in Emberhead. It is, however, locked and shuttered. I walk around it, peering through the gaps in the shutters. There seems to be one large room, presumably for community meetings, and a smaller annex which serves as an office and an archive. One of the windows is bricked up. Back at the main door, I can see no posted opening hours. Oh, Mr. Winters doesn't open up mornings this time of year, says a gray-garbed woman passing by. Best come back this afternoon. We ask whether the office has a telegraph. I don't know, she shrugs. Who would we call? I'll have to try again later. Go back to 25. Y'all, I get one choice left. Get one more choice. One more choice. I can do one more thing before we're done. Oh, okay. So we can ask about transport at the general store, walk down to the lower level and check out the eastern road, or look for local people with their own transport needs. So I feel like, maybe we look for local people with their own transport needs. Because I feel like we might be able to catch somebody who needs to go somewhere, right? Because look, at this point we've wandered around town, and now we need to get out. We need to go. People with transport needs could be allies. We're going to 96, which is where we'll find people who might also need to get out of town. Let's find people who need to leave. Like I need to leave. It has been established that but people do have carts and buggies. There are some cart and buggy folks, so maybe we will be able to, get out of here. Maybe. Not far from the Ledbetter house. See, the thing about going to that general store is I feel like there'd be cultists there who want to murder me and eat me for soup. Get out. Let's see. Not far from the Ledbetter house, on the north side of Silbury Street, there's an open courtyard. The rhythmic tattoo of a hammer seems to announce my approach. The courtyard is the busiest location I've seen yet in Emberhead. It's bordered by a ring of workshops. Some are brick buildings, and some only rough huts. A blacksmith ceases to hammer, thrusting something red and glowing into a bucket of cold water. It's a horseshoe. The weaver looks up from his loom, blinking at me a moment before returning to his shuttle. A potter, engraver, and a carpenter each work in their own space, exchanging friendly banter. I move among the artisans, chatting about their work. Eventually, I bring up the question of export. Some of them send occasional packages with Silas. Some restrict their custom entirely to villagers. I receive no suggestion about alternative transport. Make a psychology roll. I will do that. Hey, Lysander. And I am going to succeed at this roll. 55 versus 50. Okay, so here's the thing. Y'all. What if he's not making horseshoes? What if he's making shackles? What if he's gonna shackle me to death? This is luckable, y'all. I feel like I should just spend my 5 luck. They haven't told us about it. Here's what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do a search of this solo adventure and find out if the word luck is in here. We were at 96, right? And if it is, we will see if we can... you have a luck score, blah, 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 blah. Luck. Okay, so they don't tell us, so I think we can just do it. So we're 64, right? We're at 64? Is that where we at? 64? Yes? No? Yes? Because I had to do a search. Yeah, no, we weren't at 64. What number were we at? 96. Thank you, 96. Thank you. So look, I'm going to spend that luck. I'm going to spend the luck. So let's do that. So in this game, 7th edition, earlier editions didn't have it, but the new edition does. In this edition of the game, 7th edition, you have a luck score. We have 55 points of luck. And, you know, I'm going to spend... No, I don't want to roll it. Stop that. I want to spend 5 points of my luck in order to add to my roll, so that... add to the what I needed to make. So I basically can lower my difficulty, right? So I spend those 5 points, so I do succeed in the roll. So I play the old Alone on Halloween. Maybe if I can find it. So I did succeed, but now my luck score has gone from a 55 to a 50. And the thing about that is sometimes you have to roll a luck score. You have to roll luck to see if you can survive various terrible things. And by spending my luck points to succeed at this psychology roll now, I'm going to make my life a little bit more difficult later. But we're going to check that psychology roll, and because I feel like it might be important. Is this sort of like the fighting fantasy series with Cthulhu? Yes. Also, this one here, Alone Against the Flames, is free. The other ones you can get, on Chaosium or Drive-Thru. They're very available. So we're gonna make that psychology roll, by the way, 106 because I feel like it's important. One of the workshops is shut up. When I stray close to it, the repartee between the craftspeople becomes awkward, almost forced. Interesting. It's only 5% more difficult than basically rounds down to 0. Yeah. I may checkmark the small box beside the psychology skill. Now go to 25. Well, everybody, that was our 4 investigations. If I've tried 4 options, go to 3. Well, going to 3, everybody. Going to 3. I am concerned. 3. My morning exertions have left me hungry. I roam the streets of Emberhead looking for sustenance. There's nothing resembling the busy cafes of my hometown or anything that might be called a restaurant. It's beginning to look like I will have to get supplies from the general store when May Ledbetter comes down the street with a girl trailing in her wake. This must be Ruth. As she notices me, she races past her mother and approaches me with a smile. This is a different Ruth from the shy creature of last night, probably because she had tentacles back then. As she reaches me, she stops and stretches her arms up in celebration. She looks up into my eyes. Abruptly, the smile drops from her face, and she looks several years older. "Get out! Before the festival!" she hisses. "Get out!" She blinks hard, then scuttles back towards her mother. May approaches. Wrapping an arm around her daughter's shoulders, she smiles. "How are you getting on? Have you found transport?" "Okay. Well, yeah. Startled, I explain the frustrations of the situation. "Oh, I'd try Mr. Winters in the village hall. He's always in of an afternoon. You'll be hungry by now. Help yourself to any food in the house. The door's not locked." You glance at Ruth, where she has squirreled herself behind her mother's leg. Her eyes implore me to silence. Okay, so when she says to me, "Get out before the festival," I believe her. Let's do that. Let's just go. Let's leave. Let's do that. If I ask Ruth about what she said, go to 9. If I ask May about what Ruth said, go to 15. If I say nothing, go to 22. Well, we are not going to say anything, because I do not want to ask Mama about what Ruth said, because Ruth is imploring me to not say anything. So I feel like I should not say anything, because I don't want to get possessed Ruth in trouble, and I don't think I can ask her with her mom right there, so I think we just have to not say anything. As Mikey says, snitches get stitches. This is what I'm saying. I don't want any stitches. Also, is the food poisoned or charmed or what? Like, is this like Fey rules? Except the food, I'm trapped forever? I don't even know. I feel like I'm gonna be drugged. They're gonna slip me a Mickey at some point in time. I'm gonna say nothing. I'm going to 22. Say nothing. I take my leave of the Ledbetters and head towards their house. Maybe she's trying to kill adults and will save you by poisoning the food. Maybe. The door opens easily. In the low kitchen, I make a meal from stodgy bread and leftover stew. A little window offers a view of the mountains. If I learned one thing this morning, it was that Emberhead streets hold little to occupy the visitor from out of town. But there are still about 5 hours of daylight remaining. I could take some provisions and the bare essentials for my luggage and set out in the hope of reaching another settlement before dark. Or I could ask the advice of Mr. Winters. Okay, so here's the thing. I have 2 choices. If I prepare and walk out of town, go to 28. If I head to the village hall instead, go to 11. We're gonna We're leaving. We're We're leaving. Hawkeye says, what's a little belladonna tea amongst friends? Hmm? So here's a thought. I just feel like we had a little girl who looked suddenly super old who told us to get out before the festival. Somebody was stalking us in the middle of the night, and we've been kind of stranded here in a slightly mysterious way. I think we prepare and we walk out of town. That's what I think we do. Right? This is what I feel like this is a wise choice. I feel like this is what we do. We walk out of town. That's 28. We're gonna go. Okay, number 6. Try and leave the village. Rover is watching. Volpez, I love the prisoner. Let's hope we don't get murdered. 28. We're going to 28. Okay, let's see what we got. You take money, water, and some sandwiches. It seems polite to leave May Ledbetter a note explaining the situation. Don't do that. I thought you said cry me a village. She looks super old. Protect her spirit. Fighting the corrupting influence of the newly arrived cult. Maybe. Or like somebody who was possessed and trapped in the body of that child. I'm just saying, right? It just seems bad. Okay. I don't think I should leave a note, though. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I should not leave a note. My sanity is holding up well, but I'm very concerned. I just have a sense of impending doom. That's all. Go on, take the money and run. All right. I don't think I should leave a note, but apparently I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Sven Wolf, I agree with you. Don't leave a note. If I do leave a note, just say something like, I'm going to go to the church and hang out. Like, redirection. It seems polite to leave May Ledbetter a note, explain the situation that I will return for my bags as soon as possible. The sky is flecked with clouds, but shows no sign of imminent rain. A couple of villagers watch as I descend on the southern road and follow it around to the east. It's bad. The black metal structure looms on the promontory above. I shiver as I pass the lower huts and head out of Emberhead. After the miserable and closed streets of Emberhead, I'm refreshed by the open air and sense of progress. An hour later, however, the empty road ceases to be a novelty. I've just entered the first patch of woodland when I hear an eerie, lilting howl from the north. Make a natural world roll. If I succeed, go to 35. If I fail, go to 41. So this seems bad. Seems bad. Seems bad. Natural world. I have a 10 in natural world. So let's roll natural world, everyone. Let's do that. Let's roll that and let's just see how this goes, because how could it be bad? I feel like it couldn't even be bad. I feel like it's gonna be bad. Bad. I'm gonna close my eyes. Did I succeed? I can't look. I have to look. I did not succeed. I fail. So I'm gonna go to 41. Yep. 41. Sounds great. I hesitate. The thing is, I feel like you can't. I feel like with a pre-made module like this, I feel like you can't push unless they give you the option to push. You know what I mean? Because then they can say, well, if you push, then this other thing happens. I've grown up in the familiar landscape of the town. Wild animals are a little outside of my experience, so is it unwise to head into the unknown by myself? If I'm going to press on into the wilds, go to 54. If I want to return to the safety of Emberhead, go to 47. Y'all, this is a bit of a question. What do I do? What does Phil Castillo do? Phil Castillo is a little freaked out by the sounds of the wild. He doesn't know he's not like a town boy. And he is a little freaked out. Everybody says press on. Yeah. Uh, yeah. 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 Which way doesn't have your turn to werewolf sacrifice? Yeah. Yeah, so the thing about a push is that push is like, oh, okay, I'm gonna basically, like, if you are, basically, if you get a second roll, if you can justify how you can basically try harder, and if you fail, though, it's worse for you. You know, like I think a good example would be maybe you're trying to pick a lock, and you fail, so you do not succeed in picking the lock. But you could push the roll by saying like, okay, well, but actually, I've got some really good lock picks I'm going to use this time to like actually try to actually do it a little bit better. And then if I fail that time, then maybe I break my really good lock picks, or I make enough sound that people come seeing what's happening, right? So there's a way in which you're able to get a second roll, but the stakes are higher. It doesn't reduce your skill. It's just that you have now more trouble. Yeah. And every time players what the complications are going to be, they prefer it that way. Yeah. Okay, well, we all decide we're going to press on into the woods, even though we think it might be a bad idea. We're going to do it. 54. A second call answers the first, but it sounds further away. I follow the road through woodland. Branches lean over the road. The foliage is quite beautiful, from gold to russet and a deep, rich red. Fallen leaves crunch beneath my feet. After about a half hour, I emerge from the trees. The road makes a lazy curve around foothills ahead, into another patch of woodlands. A rough track seems to offer a shortcut through the woods. If I head up the hill to try to spot another settlement, go to 60. If I try the track, go to 85. If I stick to the safety of the road, I go to 103. So, my friends, this is a question. We can head up the hill to see if we can spot another settlement to get some kind of overview. We can try this little shortcut track into the woods. Or we can stick to the safety of the road. Here are my thoughts. Shortcut through the woods seems dangerous. Sticking on the side of the road also seems dangerous, because if the people from Emberhead try to, like, run me down, they're going to follow the road. So if they're coming to get me, or Silas comes to get me, you know, in the coach, they'll find me just right there on the road. I feel like being up there on the road, all obvious style, seems unsafe if I'm being chased by scary people. The road could be, the little short track could also be scary. The hill might not be bad. I feel like we should not follow the road. I mean, I feel like that's like the safe way, but I feel like it's not safe when you're being chased by cultists. So, poll time. It's a poll. We're going to do a poll. We're doing a poll because this is a very good... let's make a new poll, shall we? Question 1. Which way to go? Which way to go? So we can climb the hill for overview. Climb the hill. Stay on the road. Stay on the road. And then our last option is shortcut through the woods. So those are our choices. And let's start that poll. Let's just start the poll and see how, you know, everybody's feeling about it. We've got a minute. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Do we think the road leads in a circle back to town? I don't know. What if it does? I say we try the track, right? Since the track sounds like a game trail, thus bad. Road may be good. The hill's the best option. Do we know they're chasing? We don't know they're chasing, but we're unwisely left a note to May Ledbetter, who is the person who keeps the visitors in her trapped space, and her daughter's like, get out. And we left her a note saying that we were leaving, so clearly they know. So if they're going to chase us, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they would know. Yeah, and they also notice us leaving. Yeah, they don't... Oh. What? Didn't y'all decide? No note? Okay, so we are going to climb the hill, is what we're going to do. It has been decided. We are climbing the hill. All right, hill. We're a clueless horror protagonist. Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, I decided personally no note, but I feel like my protagonist decided to leave a note because he wanted to be not rude, but I would not. I mean, okay, I would have left a note, but it would have been a lie. It would have been a note that was deceptive. Yeah, I've been like, hey, I'm going to go to the lake. I'm gonna go sit down and relax by the river. I'll be back. That's what I would do. I was just going down by the... it's fine. So let's go to the hill. That's 60. Let's see what we can see on this hill. The gentle incline is misleading. My forehead is damp by the time I reach the top of the hill. I pause for a moment to get my breath back, and I look east. The valley ahead is thick with forest, although I catch glimpses of a narrow waterway. Hey, how do we even know that Silas actually took us even where we were supposed to go? What if he took us like in the middle of nowhere? What if we're nowhere... Oh, no, I'm not going to talk about like this trap. There is still no sign of a settlement. That might be something on the horizon, a spire maybe? But it is surely another 8 or 9 hours walk. I look back at Emberhead. The hilltop village is black, a rough silhouette against the shimmering orb of sunset. I may make an archaeology roll. Hey, May, took the sandwiches. Felt like a stroll out by the lake. Be back before sundown. Svenvolf, that is exactly what I would have said. That's what I would have said, but we have got archaeology. We have a skill of 1 in archaeology, so we're going to try to make that roll. And we have a 1, a 0, 1. A 0, 1. We rolled a 33. We did not succeed at that roll. So there was that. We did not succeed. So we're going to go to 72. 72, my friends. We are not being very successful at our rolls, but it's cool. It's cool. I feel a sting of self-doubt at the thought of my cases back on that hill, abandoned in the care of a woman I had never met 24 hours ago. They contain all of my worldly possessions, save what I stand up in. Yet, a piece of me delights in this foolhardy expedition with no map and precious few supplies, striking further into the unknown as night falls. My life has been sheltered until now, except for the war. There's a certain joy in this dangerous freedom. Go to 79. Other Doc, hello. It's bad. It's bad, Other Doc. Oh. Okay. 79. I return to the road and resume my walk east. At least, I hope I'm still heading east. The curve of the road becomes disorienting as when the light begins to fade. Clouds hide the stars. It seems I will not reach another settlement before dark, and I feel weariness in my legs. The air is much cooler now. Make a hard listen roll. Okay, well, let's make a hard listen roll. I have a listen of 40, so that's 20 times as good as my archaeology at this moment, so let's, I'm going to close my eyes, because if I close my eyes, I might succeed. Close my eyes. I roll a 2 versus 20. That is an extreme success. Okay. I would just like to point out that was good. We succeeded in that roll. I hope will not die. I'm gonna just go check the listen skill right now because, okay, so 240. Okay, this is really good. I feel really good about this moment. I just want you to know that I was feeling very bad about this moment, but I'm feeling good about it now, because I just, okay. I hear something from the road behind me. See? Road. It's a dull clunk, like perhaps a dead branch falling. I pause, but the sound does not repeat. I retrace a few paces and look down the road. There's nothing to see. Okay, so I feel like before we go further, we're gonna remove other doc, by the way, I'm using your playlist that you gave me. I'm using your playlist, so I want to thank you. Let's just take out the protein fields and let's put on Dark Times, because it feels like we're in a bad space. And this feels like about where we should be right now. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Let's go to 234. Oh, other doc, thank you. It did come. Some of these ones, like Chibi Caves, I had that one, so it's been really nice. I was like, oh, I like that one. Yeah, okay. So let's, yeah, and the sun is setting, so the dark times indeed. So let's go to 234. Another cry splits the gloom. It is the same unearthly call I heard when I first entered the patch of woodland, but this time with a grating undertone that makes me shiver. It seems closer. Also, this dark time's not nearly creepy enough. We're gonna want, how about oppressive gloom? Yeah. Oppressive gloom, this feels like where we need to be right now, because this is bad. Okay, so to take refuge in a tree for the night, go to 208. To keep walking, go to 215. We're going to take refuge in a tree for the night. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take refuge in a tree. We're going to climb up a tree, climb up the tree, and we're going to take refuge there, and we're going to sleep for the night. If I had my choice, I would go inside of the tree line so we're not visible from the road. I don't know if they, yeah. We're gonna hide in a tree. Take refuge in a tree. 208, everybody. 208. 208. The echoing call comes again, and this time it is answered by something closer to me. This seems a good time to get off the ground. I select a tree with obvious footholds and a thick branch about twice my height. I haul myself up it. I'm not dressed for this. Make a climb roll. If I fumble, roll 96 or over, go to 222. Otherwise, go to 228. So this is an easy tree, so I just need to not fumble, which is a 96 or over. So let's climb. I have a climb of 20. I just need to not fumble. That's it. Don't fumble. 31 versus 10? Oh, wait, sorry. This is just a normal roll, so that was 31 versus 20. So I should be good. Okay, I failed, not by a lot, but also it wasn't a fumble, so I'm good. I go to 228. 228. 228. I ease myself onto the widest branch I can see. It's less than comfortable, but I do feel at least safer in this elevated position. Night, Baltiel, this is so tense. Night slowly settles around me. The woods come alive with small noises, scratching nearby, distant bird calls, and the gentle rustle of leaves. Although resigned to a long, tedious night of wakefulness, after a few hours I find myself yawning. I loop my belt around the branch and my clothing to hold myself in place as best I can, and then I close my eyes. By the way, Phil, good job looping your belt right around the tree so you don't fall off and break a limb. Wolves can't climb, but Ruth can. We're gonna get a 246. Makes me feel a little uncomfortable that we're such high numbers, but in worst case scenario, says Mikey, you can wait for the giant eagles to come save you. That's exactly right. So I'm just gonna go to sleep. In my dreams, the trees change position, lifting their roots from the ground and shuffling to another spot before planting themselves again. This seems perfectly normal, companionable even. They start to glow, a greenish yellow as the flames lick. Wait, flames? The trees begin to scream. Tongues of a flickering fire snake up the tree towards me. I scrabble at the belt, which binds me to the pyre, coughing as vapors fill my throat, choking, and I have to make a sanity roll. So I'm gonna make a sanity roll right now. Yeah. I'm gonna make a sanity roll. Hey, sanity. I'm over 60. Okay, I'm gonna roll my sanity roll. Rolling it right now. Rolling the sanity. Roll it. Come on. 91! Why? I failed my sanity check. I had a 60 in my sanity, but that's cool. That's cool. It's cool. So 258 is where I'm gonna go. Before I read 258, I'm gonna just say something for you. So I think many people misunderstand the sanity mechanic in Call of Cthulhu. Many people have slipped, like a lot of other versions of the game, not Trail of Cthulhu, etc. Just sort of take out sanity altogether. Fate of Cthulhu uses like corruption because they think it's like tied to real world insanity, but it's not. This is about the human mind breaking when seeing things that no human can comprehend, right? It's about like massive trauma. And I think that people sort of misunderstand that what's being modeled here is not sanity, like a normal real world sort of a thing, but more the fragility of the human mind in the face of massive otherworldly trauma. So it's like when you see something that just cannot exist, that undermines the entire foundation of your reality, right? It's trauma, right? It's a kind of a psychological trauma and impossibility, and the ways in which your mind does things to try to protect you or not, like in that moment. And so I think people just sort of misunderstand what it is because they don't sort of get that it's not a real world situation. Yes. So I am going to lose 1d2 sanity points and 1d3 hit points. The belt parts and I plunge into the conflagration. The ground rushes at me. Let's just roll 1d2, shall we? Let's do that. Let's roll 1d2 and let's lose that much sanity. This is a 1d4, but I'll 1, so I lose 1 sanity. Not the worst. Oops, sorry, that was the wrong thing to roll. Don't worry about it. 59. And then I need to roll a 1d3 and lose that many hit points. Let's see, 1d6, let's roll it. I rolled a 2, so I lose 1 hit point. Not so bad. I mean, not great, but not so bad. I freak out in the middle of the night, and I undo that belt, and I fall to the ground, and yeah. The mind's attempt to reconcile their experience of the impossible, yeah. Your ability to handle the fact that there are horrors beyond your ability to comprehend, yeah. Okay, so let's go to 13 as we do this. 13. Oh gosh, I don't know about you, but I'm a little stressed. In a good way. 13. The skin of my face feels warm. There's a mattress beneath me. I blink against the sunlight. A blurred figure swims in my vision. You're awake. It's May. May Ledbetter. I shift and pain racks my body. I feel bruised and my head throbs. May comes into focus. Oh, you're lucky to be alive. A farmer found you in the small hours, lying by the road, patched you up and then brought you back on his cart. Said you're in the middle of the woods somewhere. Best take it easy today. I'll look it on you later. The farmer's carter. Long gone, of course. I snooze for a little longer. I've received first aid while unconscious and may restore 1 hit point. And now I go to 64. Well, I have all my hit points back. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we could have gotten away, everybody. We're going to 64, but we didn't get away because we freaked out. May's my biggest fan. Hold on. Okay. I just need to let out that moment of stress. We're back. The Ledbetter kitchen is empty, although bread and eggs have been laid out for my breakfast. There's a note from May explaining that she has taken Ruth out for a few hours. If I was involved in a fight in the village last night and want to investigate its aftermath, go to 70. I wasn't. Otherwise, go to 78. Okay, great. That's awesome. Great. I'm going to note, I see, as I'm scrolling through, I'm seeing a lot of the ends going on. I don't know what... Yeah. Rissa's like, well, not getting away that easy. Nope. So I make a quiet circuit of the village, pausing in unobtrusive places to watch villagers. It's a rather busy time in the morning. Yawning locals stream back and forth along the roads, carrying bundles of split logs to the site of what you've heard referred to as the beacon. I see 2 figures already up in its superstructure, arranging the wood. The festival bonfire will be most impressive, but do I intend to stay to see it? I suspect by now that something is amiss here. I do. I really do suspect that. While the villagers are distracted, I may do some illicit investigation, or maybe simply leave town without looking back. Oh, gosh. Okay. So. Angelic Dirt's like, found all the endings. I don't know, probably not. Svengolf says, if you'd taken the game trail, the wolves likely would have eaten you. Probably. So, we have some choices. We may search May Ledbetter's bedroom. We may go alone to the village hall. We may take a closer look at the artisan's courtyard. We may spy on activity at the beacon. Or we may slip down the east road and flee for good. Go to 7. Okay, so we have a couple of choices here. Volatiel says the artisans didn't like each other earlier. Maybe more to learn. Or there was that one stall that they were like really weird about. Here's the thing, y'all. I'm staying in this woman's house. I feel like we should search her bedroom. We should know a little bit more about the person we're staying with. Like, I just feel like we should search her bedroom. What if there's poison? What if there's a knife? What if there's, like, a drawing of me set on fire? I hope we can flee after her. She says she's gonna be gone for a couple hours. Okay. I'm a Snoopy reporter. Mikey's correct. We're gonna go and search her bedroom because I'm just concerned. Do you know what I mean? I'm concerned. Despite her hospitality, I do not trust May Ledbetter. I returned to her house quite openly. Where else would I go? Inside, the dwelling is still empty. I rap on the bedroom door and wait. Silence. I ease it open. The Ledbetter room is in marked contrast to my own neat space. Dirty clothes are piled about the floor. On a rough quilt lies school books and cheap novels. I notice a raggedy old doll discarded down the side of the bed. Make a spot hidden roll. I'm going to make a spot hidden roll. And I'm going to succeed on this spot hidden roll. I only have a spot hidden of 45, so I don't know if I will or not, but I'm going to try. I'm going to hope. Spot hidden. Spot hidden. Spot hidden. Spot hidden. Spot hidden. Yes. 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 All right. Okay. Okay. Nice. Let's go to 95. 95 is where we'll find out about this spot hidden. You notice, I notice, scrapes on the floorboards corresponding to the legs of the bed. With effort, I slide the bed away, and there's a rug spread beneath it, and beneath the rug, a trapdoor. I ease it open. The dark space beneath is some kind of cellar. To descend into the cellar, go to 114. If I'd rather give this up, go to 120. Come on now. We are not giving this up now. If we have to. We have to see what's in the cellar. Is this what happens to protagonists in horror movies? But we have to. We have to investigate. Voltail's correct. We have to go to 114 and see what is in this cellar. We have to. The daylight barely offers enough illumination to see, but a hot lantern during daytime would be very suspicious. I squeeze beneath the floor and I glance around. My first impression is that May keeps her junk here, for there are like many boxes of different sizes piled in untidy heaps. It takes a few seconds before I realize that they are all traveling trunks or suitcases. There are about 20 of them. The implication hits me hard, yet I maintain enough control to check the luggage tags. I count 8 or 9 different names before I stop. Scrambling back up to the bedroom, I close the trapdoor with trembling fingers, returning the bed to its place. Go to 120. I feel a deepening unease about Emberhead and this day in particular. Once I've attempted 3 of the options below, go to 98. Otherwise, I may. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I can do up to 3. I've got 3 choices. I get three investigations. I can search her bedroom, which I have already done, so I only get 2 more. Go alone to the village hall. Take a closer look at the artisan's courtyard. Spy on the activity at the beacon. Slip down to the east road and flee for good. It was sus that this Airbnb seemed very popular, but had almost no reviews. Or they do have reviews, and all the reviews are exactly the same. They're like, this is the best Airbnb I've ever been at. I would come back again and again. Yep. Thank you for that resub, Crit Twitch. 58 months of facing the gloom. All right, so here's the thing. I think we need to go to that artisan's courtyard. The artisan's courtyard, I think we have to go there because there's a clue. So that's 219. 219. We talked about it earlier. We are going to go to the courtyard. Also, guess what? Guess what I have? I have for you. Here, I can show you. I have a map of Emberhead. Right? So, like, here is the beacon. Oh, wait, I can just do this. There's the beacon. Here's the approach up to the beacon. Here's Silbury Street over here. Newbury Avenue, school, general store, East Road, West Road, Ledbetter Rooming House. So, this is how we keep trying to get out. We keep trying to leave. This way, over here. This is, yeah, well, okay. feel like that barn out there is a cousin of Midsummer. I kind of feel like it might also. Yeah, okay. 219. I approach around the back of the buildings at Emberhead's northwestern corner. By this time in the morning, I would expect activity in the artisan's courtyard, but the benches and anvils sit deserted. My footsteps echo off the surrounding walls. One of the workshops is shut up and padlocked. I peek through the joints, but I can see nothing inside. I want to know what's inside of that workshop. To try to crack that padlock, go to 225. To physically break into the locked workshop, go to 232. To move on to another area, go to 120. Okay, so we can either try to pick the lock or break in. So what do we have here? My locksmith is 1, so that's no good. I'm not super strong, but I feel like that's going to be the only way to go. I think we're going to try to break in. I think we try to break in. Because I'm kind of freaking out right now, because I realize that that very kindly woman is like Mrs. Lovett, and they're making me into meat pies. So let's go to 232. Try to break in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do that. Let's do it. I examine the workshop. It's well constructed, but the wood has been weakened by years of sun and rain. I may be able to break it open with one fierce charge. I'd better make it good, though, because I can't afford to attract attention with repeated tries. Okay, I have to make a strength roll. And, my strength is 50. Try the... Sven Wolf, all of you who are quoting Sweeney Todd right now, I appreciate you. All right. I've got to do it. I can do it. Strength roll. Oh, it's a failure by 13. I'm going to spend my luck. It's 13 points of luck, but I'm going to spend it. This may really bite me later, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go from 59 to 46. I have to. This is important. So that goes to 46. Oh, gosh. Okay, I spent 13 points of my luck. I've gone from a 60 to a 46 total, but I'm getting into that building because I'm kind of freaking out right now. We're a little uneased. We're just going to succeed. We're going to 244. I am very concerned about using my luck right now, but we're doing it. 244. I push aside the door and I step inside the workshop. The air is cool against my face, and I see light glinting through the eaves. The center of the room features a raised slab with a slight slope. The indentation beneath it suggests something sits there, a basin perhaps? Prone shapes are racked against the far wall, covered with red cloth. They look human. The sound effect for the bodies thumping into the ground in that movie was so good. It was so good. So hey, looks like badness. To investigate further, go to 250. If you have seen enough, go to 120. So, let's talk about if we have to keep looking. Here's the question. I'm going to just read this again. I push aside the door and step inside the workshop. The air is cool against my face, and I see light glinting through the eaves. The center of the room features a raised slab with a slight slope to drain the blood. An indentation beneath it suggests something sits there, a basin perhaps, to collect the blood. Prone shapes are racked against the far wall, covered with red cloth. They look human. Investigate, or have I seen enough? I am a reporter. Okay, we're gonna go and look. Everybody, I think you all know this is a bad idea. but you know when you're there and you just have to see it. We're going to investigate further, go to 250. I hope you know. I approach the red shrouded figures, expecting them at any moment to leap up and grab me. There are 3. Each has a label hanging from its toes. Benjamin Kramer, 1/19/1927. Okay, so it's 1927, by the way. Abraham Hollingsworth, 4/22/1927. Marion Phillips, 8/6/1927. I lift one corner of the shroud. Underneath, wrapped in tight bandages, is a thin but unmistakably human form. I'm looking at 3 dead bodies. Embalmed dead bodies. Make a sanity roll. It's time for us. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I messed that up, everybody. I messed that up. I took things off the wrong thing. So I used 5 luck and 13 luck. So that's 18, right? 18. So that should be... I was taking points off of the wrong thing. So I'm going to put those 18 points back in my sanity, where they should be. Which should give me it's 50... 18, right? I spent 5 and then 13, right? So that my luck, right? So my luck should be yeah. So that I have to put 13 back there. So that's 59 sanity. Pardon me. And I have to take 13 off of luck. So my luck was 50, and now it is 37. My luck is 37, everybody. My luck is 37, and that is not great. That's not great. It's not great. Not great. Let's make a sanity roll, shall we? Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think we should do it. I think that's great. And we fail. That's awesome. Oh, we only failed by 2 points. We have to spend the luck. We're spending the luck, everybody. We're spending the luck. I feel really bad about being at only 35 luck. Feel real bad about it. Feel real bad about it. Feel bad about it. But we are gonna wait. Can you? Why don't we find out? Let's look. Let's look. I'm gonna look. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Luck rolls. Luck. 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 I'm gonna have to look at the other one. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm freaking out. So let me look. It's entirely possible we cannot spend our luck here. I've got 3 different PDFs right here. Let's just look under luck. See, luck. Luck. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. This music is a little scary and it's awesome. Luck. We're looking for page luck rolls, keeper, luck, group luck, luck roll. Luck roll. Bad luck. Spending luck. As this is in the 7th edition core rulebook, page 99. After the player's made a skill roll, using a skill or characteristic, luck points may be spent after the result, 1-for-1 basis. Luck points may not be spent on luck rolls, damage rolls, sanity rolls. Nope. Can't do it. Cannot spend it on a sanity roll. My friends, cannot spend it on a sanity roll. So, give myself those 2 points of luck back. And I'm going to lose 1d2 sanity points. Just roll my d4. Yep. I rolled a 3, which is we round up or round down? That's a 2. I lose 2 sanity. I'm at 57 sanity. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Feeling good about it. It's great. Great. Okay. Go to 256.
So, I thought you looked like a snoop. Like what you found, did you?
A burly villager fills the doorway, blocking out much of the daylight. I can make out a dark apron and a thick beard. He steps forward, fist raised. To surrender without a fight, go to 108. To fight the artisan, go to 262. We are going to fight the artisan. We're going to fight the artisan. We're going to fight the artisan. Because I don't know about you, but I do not want to go down without a fight. So we're gonna have a fight now. 262. We're gonna go into a fight. I don't have brawling though, or dodge. I have a gun skill, but that's what we got. Okay. I struggle with the huge man. His fists come out of the darkness like hammers. Conduct close combat using pages 12 to 13 of the Quick Start rules. I may need to refer to page 7 first to look up my damage bonus. Well, that's if I hit anyone at all, because I have some concerns. The artisan? Strange name for a burly dude in a slaughterhouse of humans. Yeah. We're getting to a fight, everybody, and I am not prepared for it. I'm not prepared for it. So I'm, gonna get into a fight. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, close combat. On a character's turn. Let's see, we gotta do, let's see. The combatant with the higher dex acts first. You and the artisan will take 1 action each combat round. I'm glad we're getting to a fight before we get knocked unconscious and then murdered. Yeah. You and the artisan will take 1 action each combat round. You may fight back, rolling your fighting, brawl, or dodge, using dodge against each attack. Combat rolls are opposed rolls. Whoever gets the best level of success wins. The artisan has a dex of 41 and a fighting skill of 35. He has 12 hit points. He will attack you every combat round, and a success hits do 1d3 plus 1d4 damage. If you have a knife or similar weapon, which I don't, each successful hit you make does 1d4 plus your damage bonus. If you're unarmed, the damage is 1d3 plus your damage bonus. After 3 rounds, you may attempt to circle around behind the man and escape. This requires a hard roll, and if you do not achieve a success in the roll, he may land another blow. Oh gosh. Okay. So, here's what I'm thinking. I feel like I should pick up, like, this is like a workshop. I should be able to pick up like a tool and hit him with that. I feel like I should be able to get a weapon from this space. This is my thought. He has a dex of 41, and I have a dex of 50. So I get to go first. Meat hooks. Yes. So, I am going to grab one of... There are weapons in this room. You know there are. Right? You know what I feel like this is? I feel like this is a luck roll. Right? I feel like this is a luck roll. Right? Y'all? Luck roll. Yep, luck roll. This is a workshop. This is a workshop, also clearly some kind of slaughterhouse. Let's do a luck roll, because I feel like if there's something we can use for murdering people, this would be a luck roll. Let's roll luck, and let's see what we can find. Luck. Hard success, y'all. That's a luck roll. I believe this means we find something we can pick up to use as a weapon. Yes. Yeah. So I feel like something club-like. I feel like we have probably something like, so we have bodies that are racked here. We've got some kind of weird, creepy, embalming fluid sorts of thing, right? I'm imagining there's probably some kind of like a pry bar or meat tenderizer. They're doing weird embalming here, right? Yeah, like I imagine there's some kind of like a, yeah, like a luck be a lady tonight. Yeah, I think we're gonna get something like a this is like a dark wooden workplace, right? I would say we probably have a kind of a heavy hammer, like a maybe like a mallet of some sort, right? Oh, there does have to be a ooh, especially if they're doing weird embalming, right? So I bet you can use I bet there's some kind of like kind of weird. We'll go with a meat hook. With a meat hook. So this guy comes at me. I grab this meat hook, and then I'm gonna sort of before he can move, I'm gonna go and we're gonna have to think about this. So we're gonna have to go for it. My brawl is what? What is my brawl? It's 25. I'm not good at brawling. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Here's how it goes. On your character's turn, in dex order, you may choose to initiate an attack against an opponent. In addition, each time a character is attacked, they get to choose how they will respond, be it by dodging, attempting to avoid the attack, or by fighting it back, attempting to avoid, block, or parry, while also hitting back. Both the attacker and the defender roll and compare each level of success. If I'm initiating the attack, roll my fighting skill and compare the result with my opponent. If I'm responding by fighting back or by dodging. Okay. The winning side avoids receiving any damage and inflicts damage unless they are dodging on their opponent. Note that when fighting back, responding to an attack on you, the best a person can achieve is regular damage, whereas a character initiating attack, if successful, could achieve extreme damage if they win the combat with an extreme success. If a blunt weapon, extreme damage does maximum damage plus bonus damage. If impaling weapon, like a knife, meat hook, extreme damage deals maximum damage plus additional die roll for the weapon's damage, and also, okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. If a player describes a goal in combat that's something other than simply inflicting damage, this can be resolved with a fighting maneuver, like disarm an opponent, knock the opponent to the floor, seize and hold the opponent, right? You would treat it the same way as a normal fighting attack using brawl. The opponent may dodge or fight back as usual. Compare the build of the two combatants. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not that big, so we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to just have to... We're going to go and hit... We're going to swing with our meat hook at this guy. Is what we're going to do. So, I get to go first. And I'm going to hit just some brawling. Brawling, everybody. Just brawling. Just here. Brawl. Go. I fail. 65 versus 25. This other person also has to roll because this is an opposed roll. And opposed rolls, I'm pretty sure, I want to just double check, but I'm pretty sure that if you both lose, right, then it's a opposed. Because, you know, old Call of Cthulhu had tables. They had tables, but, you know, opposed skill rolls. If two investigators are opposing one another, or if an investigator is in a conflict with a significant keeper-controlled character, the keeper may require an opposed roll. To resolve such an opposed roll, both sides make a skill or characteristic roll and compare their levels of success. A regular success beats a fail. A hard success beats a regular success, and an extreme success beats a hard success. In the case of a draw, the side with the higher skill value wins. It's no good. If both skills are equal, then both sides have to roll. Okay, so this is not good for me, because I feel like what's going to happen is, even if he fails, he's going to beat that one. Yeah, it's not good. Okay, well, we'll have him roll his D100. 35. 66, which is a fail, but he has the higher skill, which means he is going to hit me. Right? Yeah. So, oh wait, does he dodge or fight back? The artisan, he will attack me each combat round. Yeah. That's what he's doing. If you both fail, no damage. Okay. All right. Okay. He comes at me. So I swing with this meat hook. A wide swing in the dark. And he dodges out. He counters it, knocking me to the side. And then he comes back in with a huge, meaty blow. His fist coming at me just through the night. And he's going to roll his fighting brawl. 30. That is a success. It's not good. I see him coming at me. His fist screaming towards my face. I am going to fight back. Well, let's just double check the difference in the quick start. If I respond by fighting back, I use my fighting skill. I need to achieve a higher level of success than my attacker. I inflict damage instead of my opponent. If I'm responding by dodging, my skill needs to achieve a higher level of success than my attacker needs to achieve a higher level of success than me. Oh, I see. Ooh, okay. If I equal... Okay. So, here's the difference. He made a regular success. If I fight back, I've got to get a hard success. If I dodge, I just need to get a regular success. So I will dodge, is what I will do. I will dodge. Dodge out of the way. Yes. That's really good. Very elegant. Very elegant. I like it. 7th edition. That's very nice. So, as he comes at me, his fist zooming towards me, and I dodge out of the way as his fist hits one of the wooden walls. By the way, exploring those bodies got me caught. That's how it is. And like the wood splinters as his huge, massive fist. This guy's like a blacksmith, right? Hits the wall and splinters. Which means I get to go. And this is our second round of combat. And I am afraid for my life, but I have to try. And I am going to swing again with this. And I'm small. I'm a small person. I'm not particularly big, not particularly strong, but I've got to try. And I'm going to go and swing at him with my meat hook, and I fail. Does he have to... Oh, yeah, he will fight back. He will fight back and roll that 35. All he has to do is hit a success, and he will be able to hit me. He does not. Okay. That was the second round, but except that he now bum rushes me, right? He tried... I don't know what his size is, so we're not going to be able to do anything like that with him, but he's going to come at me again, trying to, like, manhandle with his, like, large hands. Oh, he rolls a 16! No! Okay. I'm going to have to dodge. It's not an extreme success, but he hits me. That's just a hard success. And I am, like, I think I overextend. I overextend to try to hit him with this unwieldy meat hook. And as I try to sort of move to the side, he smacks me. He punches me straight in the ribs. Oh! And he is going to do 1d3 plus 1d4 damage. Let's roll that, shall we? That'll be 1d3. Oh, I need a bar. Pardon me. Hello, roll 20. Roll 1d3 plus 1d4. Let's see. 4 points of damage. Ooh. Okay. Well, I go from 9 hit points to 5 hit points. Before we continue, I notice something here on my sheet that I would like to... I notice a thing. It says major wound 4. That's what it says. And I want to know if that means if I have 4 hit points left or if I take 4 in one go. So why don't we look it up? Because we should find out. Yeah, let's find out what that might mean. He received an injury that was... okay, let's know that doesn't tell us the definition. If major emotional trauma, when a character takes damage of greater than or equal to half their full hit points in one blow, which I have not done, right? Hold on. Because half might rounded down. If they take damage greater than or equal to half their hit points. My full hit points are 9, so I think that 4 is going to count. They must make a con roll or fall unconscious. My full HP was... No, see, the character sheet says 4 or better. Yeah. Because I think it's rounding... Here's the thing. We'll just check. I think you round down. And if it's rounding down, then... page 14, by the way. Let me think. I'm going to just look for rounding. Round. Let's just see if there's like a, you know, a note of which way we round. You know, I think it's I'm pretty sure GURPS has a thing in the very beginning where they're like, by the way, always round down or always round up. They just let you know. Let's see. Round, background, any round, ask around, fly around. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we rounded down. Pretty sure we round down. And I believe I'm gonna have to make a con roll or fall unconscious, but yeah, I think it's round down. I'm pretty sure. So, you know, yep. Let's say, you know, here we go. This is for, yeah, it looks like round down. It looks like everything I'm seeing right now is rounding down. I don't think we round up ever. I am doing a quick, you know what's really, look, I love books in paper, which are behind me, but I love PDFs for searching. Like if we're in this moment where it's like, let me just go and see if I can search for rounding. Yeah, it looks to me like we are always rounding down. So I need to make a con roll. Is what it is right now. I need to make a con roll. Let me make that con roll, everybody. Let me do it. Let me make a con roll as I take a major wound. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, great. Awesome. I would like to make a con roll. Actually, I wouldn't, but because my constitution is my worst. Okay. Let's go. Constitution. Failure. You must make a con roll or fall unconscious. Yep. If a character with a major wound falls to 0 hit points, no, it's fine. I'm not. So, I have a major wound. By the way, I just would like to, okay. Oh, that's how that works. Great, I see. Great. It is a skill roll. But the thing is, that's a 66 versus a 40. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot. You know what? Let me just double check what you cannot spend your luck on. It is an ability. But you can roll on. I believe you can roll on ability checks and skills. But I'm gonna check because we want to do this the right way. Yeah, we want to do this the right way. Credit rating, spending money, spending luck. They may not be spent on luck rolls, damage rolls, sanity rolls, or rolls to determine the amount of sanity points. You may spend any amount of luck on a roll. A player may only spend luck to alter one of their own dice rolls. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. When a skill roll is failed, the player has the option to push the roll or spend luck. Luck may not be spent on a pushed roll. Criticals, fumbles, and fire malfunctions always apply and cannot be bought off with luck points. Also, no skill improvement check is earned if luck points were used to alter the die roll. Okay, well, yeah. That's 26, and I have 37 luck points. Here's this moment. This is the moment. We have to think to ourselves. Do we spend everything we have? I have 37 luck points left. Almost everything we have to keep ourselves going. Or, hello, Stefan. Here's the thing. If we fall unconscious, we may not have a second chance. We're going to spend the luck points. And I'm going to make it visible for you all to see it as I do it, so you know. Going to edit mode. I've got to spend 26 luck points, leaving me at 11 luck. That's it. 11 luck. That is bad. I have 11 luck left, everybody. Okay. He comes in and he crunches me in the ribs. And the ribs, oh, they hurt, they break, they crack. And I can feel my breath leaving my body. And I can't breathe. But I'm able to, just by sheer force of will, stay up. Right. Well, it's the third round of combat. And I cannot try to escape until after a round, after the third round of combat. So, the only thing I can do is try to murder him with my meat hook. 25. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. 32. I'm going to spend the luck. It's bad. It's 7 luck. I'm going to spend it. I'm going to spend it. And I'm going to have 4 luck left. Because here's the thing, my friends. This is a bad time. This is a bad time. I will spend it. That is a regular success. Arkham, it's awesome. Go big or go home. He's gonna roll. He's gonna fight back, right? And he rolls a 67. He fails. I swing out with my meat hook, and I connect. I can't breathe. I'm wheezing. I'm sweating. My vision is blurry. My will is I'm losing. Like, I've got that kind of, like, you know when you've got like stars, but I hit him. I need to find out what my damage bonus is, because I should be able to hit him for 1d6 for a meat hook. And I should see if I have a damage bonus. I am not particularly strong, so I may not have a damage bonus, but let us see what there might be here to see. Let's see. We have got... I don't think I have a damage bonus, my friend. Don't think I do. I think that I have a lack of damage bonus is the best way to put that. Because I am not tall. I'm just a 50. So I probably should not have a damage bonus. I'm like a little short. It's the 1920s. It's short. You know what I mean? Okay. So no damage bonus, but I get 1d6. Oh, gee whiz. Yeah. Strength plus size is only 100. Yeah. Well. Here's we're gonna roll 1d6, and this guy. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do this for the moment, because yeah, we've got a. Hey, small club, right? Yeah, small club is d6, right? Yes. D6. So machete's d8. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Is a meat hook? Does it count as a do you think it's a d6 or a d8? D6? D6. We'll do it. D6. Okay. I'm gonna roll a d6, and I'm gonna try not to die. And I hope that in this moment of lack of death, it'll go really well for me. I made an extreme luck check to find it. It was an extreme luck check. No, it was hard. It was a hard luck. So I feel like that makes sense. Like, I feel like regular would get me a D4, a hard would get me a D6, and an extreme would get me a D8. That's what I'm thinking. D6. Yeah. Cow size meat hooked. Yeah. Hard luck. I think hard luck 1d6 sounds fair. I agree. So yeah, let me roll my d6. You realize that I'm stalling because I want to I feel like a d8 would be more practical weapon. I mean, it isn't super practical. Yeah, I feel like that's good. I feel like that's good. So damage bonus. Yeah. Okay. So let me roll that d6, everybody. D6. D6. A 1. I rolled a 1, everybody. That was a 1. Awesome. Keep track of it. Person had 12 hit points. Now they have 11. I'm going to write this down. Here, let's write this down with text. Here, let's make this 36. Let's put you over here. There. You have 11 left. 11 out of 12. I don't have a token for this person because I didn't know I was going to do a fight. Okay. It's their turn, though. Yeah. Okay, their turn. They're going to try to kill me because they see that I'm suffering and that I'm not doing well and that, like, I'm on the edge, not of glory, but of death. So they swing at me. They roll a 93, which is almost a fumble, but not a fumble. So I'm going to fight back. Because if we both fail, nothing happens. So I'm going to fight back is what I'm going to do. Absolutely, I'm going to fight back at this moment. As he overextends himself, coming at me. Fight back or dodge. Oh, all right. And then I rolled a dodge. I failed. So no damage. We've finished the third round of combat. And it says here, this is what it says. After 3 rounds, I may attempt to circle around behind the man and escape. This requires a hard roll. And if I do not achieve a success on the roll, he may land another blow. And I assume that hard roll is fighting brawl or dodge. I imagine it's either one of those two. It's interesting math. On a dodge, the defender succeeds on the same level. On a fight back, the person gets 6 better. Yeah. The thing is, my brawl and dodge are 25. They're not very good, which means to succeed at a hard, I need to get a 12. I need to roll a 12, which is not great. It's not a great roll. And if I fail, then he's going to get a hit on me. And that's not great. I don't think I can do it. I think I have to try to hit him again. I think I have to. Because as I'm like breathing heavy, as I can feel like blood in my mouth, and this man is so huge, and he's blocking the door, and I'm not steady on my feet, and I think I can't escape. I can't get past him. I just have to, and I'm gonna swing this meat hook overhand towards his trap, and of course I fail, and he definitely will fight back. And that's a 35, and his brawl is 35, and he will hit me. He will indeed hit me. And so he's gonna do damage to me right now. My soldier journalist. He was shot. He learned how to shoot in the military, but not how to fight so much. So he's gonna get hit. Is what's gonna happen right now, and it's gonna be sexy. So sexy. I think he gets his damage bonus as well, right? He just doesn't get the extreme damage bonus if he had an extreme success. So we're gonna just roll this, and I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to roll that. It's gonna be so good. Yeah, he gets it. RQ Stefan, so excited for this moment. He rolls a 7. Oh my god. Max damage. Max damage. Max damage. Max damage. Max damage. Max damage. So that takes me down to 0. That is a major wound. I am going to make a con roll to avoid the problem, because you got to make the con roll at this moment. It's good. Yeah. So make the con roll. Let's do it. That's a failure by a lot. Okay, so I have taken a major wound, and I have fallen to 0, so I'm close to death and dying. I have fallen unconscious, for the record, and now I must make a con roll to avoid dying. But I don't have to worry about that right now, because there's a thing that says if I fall unconscious, I go to a place. Yeah, okay. Unless I get medical attention, I'm going to die. But first, we're going to find out what happens. If I'm reduced to 0 hit points, go to 2. We're going to go to 2. We're going to go to 2, everybody. We're going to go to 2. A 2, this is where we're going. We're going. I have put up a spirited resistance, but the man's bulk and determination wear me down. Finally, he lands a crushing blow, and I drop. Blackness floods in. Later, I am dimly aware of my legs being lifted and my back scraping against the ground as I'm dragged off. I may restore 1 hit point, and I will do that. Thank you. I'm going to just restore that 1 hit point. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to just restore it right now. I'd like to have 1 hit point, thanks. I feel like that was some first aid. Go to 108. All right, 108, everybody. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm trying to escape the village of the dams. Okay, here we go. The fading light from a narrow window tells me afternoon is giving way to evening. My hands are shackled behind my back, so I cannot even lie down on the rough bed. A woman I've not seen before she comes in. Her face is wrinkled and her eyes are dull. They do not meet mine, but she puts a cup to my lips. If I accept the drink, I go to 104. If I reject it, I go to 113. I do not think I should drink the liquid. How do you think? What do you think, everybody? I feel like I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea to drink this liquid. This liquid, yes. I just don't think we drink it. I feel like it's bad. We're not going to drink it. We're not going to drink it. If they wanted you dead, you're dead. See, they might want to drug me so I can't put up resistance, and that is my concern. I turn my face away, and when she tries again, I dash the cup from her hands using the side of my head. The clear liquid spills across the floor. The woman gives a half shrug and turns to leave the room. I shout after her, but she gives no reaction. I soon become thirsty. Go to 205. Y'all, what I'm trying to tell you is, I don't like it. I don't trust it. It's really bad. As the light fades outside, my little prison becomes dark. I can hear much activity around the building. Occasionally, an orange glow passes the window. The only comfortable position in the shackles seems to be to sit against the end of the bed with my arms hanging behind me. I need to concentrate and come up with a plan. There is clearly no escape from my bonds. I don't know exactly what my captors want from me, want to sacrifice me, but I cannot ignore the fact that they have spent the entire day constructing a massive bonfire where I will be really dehydrated. I'm just trying to tell you that bonfire sounds to me like dehydration in a bad way. 27. The door scrapes, wrenching me back into the moment. Orange light spills into the house from blazing torches held at the threshold. 2 large villagers step in and grab me. At least I assume they're villagers. They wear these heavy black cloaks, and their faces and hands are painted entirely black, save for only like a red triangle centered on their left eye. I try to drag my legs, but they reach under my arms and they lift me bodily from the bed. Outside, it seems that the whole village is congregated to see me. Every single one has a blackened face with the red triangle motif. The torches sputter and spill. I struggle, but I can see the physical resistance is hopeless. I'm marched to the central street and turn to face the beacon. 117. The procession down the approach is slow and formal, save when I sense weakness and yank at my captors. Here, you can see the little town right there. A chill touches me when I see 3 human shapes carried ahead of me, draped in a red cloth. The beacon looms larger and larger. Its dreadful silhouette of black triangle pointing to the stars. A low drone begins among the cloaked figures. Unbidden, the word mourners comes to mind. Smoke from their torches, it makes me cough, and I feel the heat on my face. As I reach the cleared area around the beacon, 3 dancers break from the pack, young girls swinging balls of fire in spectacular arcs, drawing circles in the night air. One by one, they draw close to me, and they touch my forehead with sooty fingers, and each kisses me 3 times on the left cheek, the right cheek, and then the forehead. And they whisper in my ear. The smell of kerosene fills my nostrils. Make an appearance roll. If I succeed, go to 10. If I fail, go to 148. Well, I have a good hat for a reason. Maybe this good hat will... Oh, yeah. Come on, dice. Come on, dice. Failure. 86 out of 60. Well, no. Go to 148. It's not good. It's not good at all. Through your sacrifice, the village will be reborn, says the first dancer. You pass from earth to air for all our sakes, says the second. Through incandescence, may you find rapture, says the third. Oh, I did! I rolled the wrong stat. You're right. I did. I rolled the wrong stat, but they are the same. They're the same. They're the same, though. Their dance weaves off and disappears behind the building. Yeah. No reroll for me. Go to 18. I might have escaped right then and there, everybody. I might be able to get somebody to feel bad for me and break me out, but no. I've been too beat up. As I arrive beneath the beacon, 10 villagers close in on me, working with surprising coordination. They immobilize me and lift me up the blackened iron stairs to the raised platform. I cannot help but shiver at the sight of the central framework, twisted from past blazes and what I can now clearly see to be fastening points for chains. None of their eyes meet mine as they lash me to the metal. The village sings now. Something rhythmic and ancient, carved from odd syllables. Hey, by the way, on this playlist that Other Doc gave me, there's a song here called The Pyre. I think we should play it and see what it's like, because maybe this is the song for me right now. Maybe this song, The Pyre, is... Sure. Yep. Love some Kevin MacLeod. The village sings now. A second group ascends to the beacon, carrying the 3 red-draped bodies. With reverence, they arranged their burdens in a triangle around my feet. Then they withdraw, leaving me alone with the dead, shin deep in a sea of kindling. Go to 33. It seems the entire village is gathered around the beacon to watch me burn. Behind the face paint, I recognize May Ledbetter, and yes, that's Silas, the coach driver standing at her side. The audacity and scale of the deception staggers me. A man steps up on the dais and raises his hands with quiet authority. The frame of his spectacles obscures the red triangle of his face. So we draw here together again on this night as we do each year, and we give thanks to the one who will preserve the village against the fire of the void. You will be taken by the ones from above in our stead. Your death will bring life to our streets and bounty to our fields. It will safeguard our children and our elders alike for another year. We salute you. He bows his head. All around the beacon, bearers step forward and lift their torches to the edge of the raised platform. A ring of tiny flames flicker up around the perimeter. As they wink, the singing of the villagers drops into an unearthly rhythm. I have a choice. Throw all my remaining strength against the bonds, go to 44. Wait and see what happens, go to 40. I will tell you what, we are going to spend everything we have all to try to get out. We're going to throw our remaining strength against the bonds. We're going to go to 44. I'm tired. And my flesh ought to be insufficient against the dark iron of the chains. Yet, I can feel them give a little. There is weakness in one of the links. I have to make a hard strength check. And I will tell you this. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it won't. Let's see. Hard strength. I will struggle. I can't look. I'm afraid. What does it say? I don't know. Oh! If I succeed, go to 53. Okay. Well, now we need different music. We need, uh, we need, uh, how about, no, how about, oh gosh, oh my goodness, let's go with Crusade? No, no, too slow. Let's go back to our, let's go to Dance Macabre. Yeah. Yakety sax. Okay. It's too slow. Agnus Dei. Hello, Kevin MacLeod. Give me some Mozart. Oh yeah, somebody can clip that. Okay, we're gonna get an Agnus Dei here. Day, like Day of Wrath, right? Yes. Tongues of fire flick towards me through the kindling. I close my eyes and I heave on the chains. They give a little more, then clack. One side of the chain drops. I wriggle in the coils, loosening the bonds even as the heat singes my ankles. The man on the dais stares at my movements. Then he picks two youths from the crowd and they point directly at me. Just as I shrug the chain off and step free from the ironwork, the youths mount the blazing platform. Flames spread up their trousers as their cloaks catch fire. They dive at me. Make a hard dodge roll. If I succeed, 109. If I fail, 123. I'm gonna try to make that hard dodge, everybody. My dodge is a 25. So... 97 versus 12. I fail. 123. They didn't give me an option for a fumble. Didn't tell me what to do with it, so we're gonna just go to 123. They bear me back to the center of the pyre. Their eyes are flecked with fervor and terror. Even as the flames spread over them and across my clothes, even as the heat builds and sears my flesh, even as the smoke chokes me and my vision blurs, they hold me down in the flames. My screams mingle with theirs as the fire does its work. I have burned to death whilst grappled by two teenagers. The end. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's go here, and then also let's turn off this most epic music ever. Oh my goodness, we were so close, y'all. We were so close. We might have maybe have gotten out of there at the very. We could have maybe gotten out of there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So good. Arcustafon, thank you, thank you. Oh, so close. What an ending. Max Ryder says, used to end a lot of stories like that when I wrote in 4th grade. Made absolutely no sense. It was a valiant effort. It was so good. Oh, oh, goodness gracious. Oh, you know that moment when you just give everything you can? You get the last bit of your strength. It's just pure force of will, and you're able to rip out, and then you just don't have the strength anymore as you're just burned alive. Oh my goodness. Woo! Woo! I want to thank you all, everyone. Hey, in case you haven't seen it, let me show you, because I feel like maybe you want to see it, right? Because that's like exciting. Here you go. So here is here, let me, right? So this is what it looks like. The booklet, right? So we have here, let me scroll all the way back up. So you've got the Alone Against the Flames here. There it is. I think I can just a little bit of a here. That looks a little bit better. It's not as great, but so you've got it. It's 50 pages long, and you know, it's sort of like a choose your own adventure, right? Tell you where to go, and they sort of going back and forth so you don't miss anything. And you have the creepy here. Here you go. The creepy eye. They're creepy red triangle eyes right there for you. Creeptastic. Creepy. And then, you know, this is like a good one. And that was a really good one shot. Really well done. And you've got the map, right, of Emberhead right there. And there are multiple ways to get through this. If you, and they've got a character sheet at the back with some backstory, right? And I don't know if you have never seen a Call of Cthulhu character sheet, let me share it with you because it's actually pretty cool, right? So, and like character sheets always tell me something about a game, right? So you've got your, oh, let me move that over there. Your name, occupation, age, sex, residence, birthplace, your stats, right? Hit points and all that goodness, right? All of your investigator skills, your weapons. But then, right, the back page of your character sheet has personal description, ideology, beliefs, significant people, meaningful locations, treasured possessions, traits, injuries and scars, phobias and manias, arcane tomes, spells, artifacts, encounters with strange entities, cash and assets, gear and possessions. And then, check it out, I love this. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you, because I think this is very cool. Quick reference rules, right? Skills and characteristic roles, level of success, fumble is 96 plus, fail is less than skill, regular, hard, extreme, criticals, and 01. Pushing rolls, must justify a reroll, cannot push combat or sanity rolls, wounds and healing, first aid heals 1, medicine heals 1d3 plus HP. Major wound, if you reach 0 HP without a major wound, unconscious, 0 HP with a major wound, dying. First aid will stabilize you, then you require medicine. Natural healing rate, boom. All the rules you need to know to play this game right there on your character sheet. And then this is also really cool, right? So you can have this little chart here of your fellow investigators. So you can sort of like write down who they are and their relationship to you, which I think is really cool. And let me put this here. And then of course, that's a big fire. Great. But this here is, this is free. You can get this one for free. You can also get the quick start, the little Cthulhu quick start, which I might be able to show you before we go anywhere, because if we're all here, you know, then we'll just might as well. If we're here, this is that's the core rule book, and this here. Now the quick start, which came out at the 40th anniversary. Let me see if I can. Let's see if we can do this. Hello, and let's see. Quick start. Will that give me joy? Let's see if it does. I don't. Ooh, pardon me. I don't know if it will or not. But let's see. Maybe. Yes. Yes, it did. Yes. Yes. So here's the quick start rules. Great evocative art. I think you can get these for free as well, as a matter of fact. So I think you can get the quick start rules and that adventure for free from Chaosium. You might be able to get it from Drive-Thru RPG, but go to Chaosium. They've got great stuff. And it's got like it tells you how to do your investigators. It gives you all the important things you need to know about the roles. And then there is a free adventure, The Haunting, which I think is The Haunting a solo or is it a group adventure? This is my question. Let's see. The Haunting. Location, Central Library. Yeah, it's for a group. It's a group adventure, right? And Max Ryder notes that if you buy a product from Chaosium, you get the PDF for it for free. Yes, you do. Which is really, really awesome because not all companies do that. Not all companies will do the that, but who does? I believe Pelgrane Press does. Chaosium does. I just ordered something from Mongoose for Traveler for Reasons, and I believe that also does. And it's also RQ Stefan, that's a great point. Chaosium participates in the bits and mortar program. So if you buy one of their books at a local game store, you can send in your receipt, and then you can get the PDF, which is really cool. So does Free League, because they know that game stores are a really important part of the lifeblood of the hobby. It's how you get to go and learn new games. Like you walk into a game store thinking you're going to get one thing and somebody can recommend something else. You can find people that way. Online's great, but especially with some new developments, like 1D&D, which will be like in-house only, being able to find spaces where you can find other games, I think, is important, and they really want to sort of support those stores that have supported them. And so I think that's pretty awesome that they are participating in this program. And they also do, by the way, really great things with they always have something cool for Free RPG Day. I've always seen Chaosium do something very neat that way. Yeah. I should reach out to both Chaosium and Roll20 about a potential sponsorship. I probably should. You wish there was a game store? Void Smoker. Did I say that? Did I say it? I didn't say it. Void Smoker, I didn't say it. Ow. But, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's the fun part about implying. Maybe I implied it. Scabbynack says, there was, the only one there's been in the past 20 years was here for a year. Oh, ooh. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. So, thank you so much for joining me for this Going Solo, where we played Alone Against Flames. I will note, I have all the other Alone Againsts. I have them all. Scheduling has been madness, and so I have prepared solo RPGs, in case we need them. And so a wink's as good as a nudge. A wink's as good as a nudge. So is Trevor the one that has a solo game in character creation? That is Lysander. It is the one that was infamous and misunderstood for your character being able to die in character creation. One of those Alone Against has extra characters, so you can play it more than once. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, the Old Traveler, you could die in character creation. I do have, however, I have the Old Traveler books, but I also have been, for reasons that I am not going to say, but I might be implying, I just actually got the second edition Mongoose Traveler books because I thought, hey, I've done Traveler in all these different iterations. Let me just try out this new one, theoretically. And so I thought, let's see what this will be like. And let's see how this is like. Yes, but Max, and here's the thing. Max is correct. You could die in character creation, but mostly if you get greedy. That is the true point. It's not like a given you'll die in character creation. In order to die in character creation, because it's a life path, generate a character creation system. If you go for super dangerous jobs and you keep staying in multiple tours of duty and super dangerous jobs, then yes, you might die. That's the thing. Although in the current edition, I do not believe you can die in character creation. I just think I think that you might get some things going on that maybe are not great, but you cannot die in character creation. So, what a random thing to buy with no intention of using it. Yes, and right now I've got this green screen up, so you cannot see what's on that shelf behind me. But yep. Hey, I just realized I have one or two more Cthulhu adjacent playlists. If you like them, I would love them, other doc. So I need that spaceship. If there's nothing wrong with trying for 6 tours of duty in the scouting service, I mean, you just see what happens. Right, because that's the thing. You might be able to get a spaceship, but then you might die. What's behind the screen? I'm not going to show the scout. There might be a little bit too much traveler there, and you might start thinking about things, I think you might be able to die before you start middle of time. That's possible, actually. So let me tell you what's what, because I want to say give thanks and say what's happening next, because there's a lot going on. So first things first, thank you for being here and thank you for all the support. And the first thing I want to do is I really want to thank our sponsors. We have Patreons, and all the patrons are sponsors, but we have a special sponsor tier, which is $200 a month. There are only 4 slots available, and $200 will pay for the players for one game, 1 week. And so that's why they're 4. So that's like 4 weeks out of the month. Theoretically, sometimes they're 5, but you know what I mean. And if you are in that tier, you get a special slide and you get a special shout out, which I'm going to do right now. And 1 week during that month that you are a sponsor, you will get a special ad made by me, or might get some voiceover people to do it. That will be amusing. And I want to thank our sponsors, Willem TW and also KY Hawkeye. Willem TW, the bookmaker, has been taking notes on City of Light and Shadow since season 2 and providing me with those notes. And those notes I will be doing things with, so please do not worry about that. Just timing is a thing. And he's been a great supporter of the Foxhole. And then KY Hawkeye. KY Hawkeye is great, medical minded. The keeper of the Grappler's Keep, and he's got this old timey soda shop. And in that soda shop, he's got Tori and Virgil, caramel, cyborg, and serves up good old fashioned root beer floats. And Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, he's got shows streaming over on his channel, which you will see on his slide, including on Wednesdays, Grappler's Keep, which involves some people, perhaps those people might be me, maybe doing a heel turn causing trouble. It's possible. It is a possibility. So if you want to see some exciting wrestling, sometimes with yours truly, that's the place to go. And I want to thank everybody who joins our Patreon. Let me see, by the way, if we had any tips and bits come in, because it looks like we did. We got a $20 donation from Rissa, who is one of our mods, with the message, "Because I appreciate the entertainment on a night which is much too hot for real." You feel like you were on fire. I was actually set on fire. I feel like this is like a win-win. Like there's like empathy going on right there. And you mean somebody like you that has attacked me twice? Maybe. But I think of the attacks as like not like an attack, but more like just trying to get your attention. You know what I mean? Just like trying to get your attention. That's really how I would think about it. So let me see. I have some things to share with you all. Some things I'll share now, some things I'll share later. So every Friday, we do some kind of RPG on this channel. It's our Foxhole Fridays, where we get the tales from the Foxhole. Next week is going to be a 2-person RPG with Laugh Love Lindy and I, because Laugh Love Lindy is going to be away for a bit. She's going to Korea, so that's really awesome. So we're going to try to get in some RPGing, she and I, together before she leaves. We have a couple of options, and let's throw one out at her, but I think we might do Colony Mars. We'll see. There are other things coming to the channel. There are quite a few surprises coming on Fridays as well. So note it, and I will actually give you more specific details once I get some emails back and forth. But what else do I want to tell you? Those are like that's all the big RPG stuff. There's gonna be a lot going on, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Including more stuff. There's gonna be more stuff coming up. That said, let me tell you what's happening in this coming week. Today is Friday. Tomorrow, noon, Saturday Eastern time on this channel will be my video game stream. We'll be doing the Outer Worlds, which will be great. And then Sunday, there's no RPGs on Sunday. This weekend is going to be madness because I start classes next week and I'm teaching, so I'm to get caught up and also more assets to create. But Monday at 8:30, 8:45 p.m. over at Wandering DM's channel will be episode 2 of Montreal by Night, where my Brujah Lucky and Prax's Ravnos Flory and Pope's Zemish Artie are hanging out in Montreal, trying to, get things going on. And then Wednesday will be upon the Hexhamshire Moors over at Laugh Love Lindy's place at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's a Good Society campaign. We have 3 sessions left to get there. And then we're back all the way around. So Thursday will be either Twice Reborn with Lindy or The Long Dark with me. And that's my week. But I will note that not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after, Witcher Road's Home is coming back. And I'll be playing a new character, which you might want to go and meet. So not this coming Sunday, but Sunday in a week, where we're going to be having The Witcher, and I've got a druid and a snap filter. So note it. So, my friends, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being supportive. Stuff is going on, and I think it'll be exciting. So take care of yourself. And you know what we should do, because it is a Friday and it is a decent moment. I think we should raid somebody. I think we should. Yanta went through a portal, Svenvolf. A portal. He's currently gone through a portal. But I think we should raid someone. And I think we should raid somebody and give love to somebody who is, out and about. Let's see. Who do we know that is currently streaming? Is my question. You know what makes me sad? We no longer have the, what do you call it? The, friends? You know how they used to have like a friends list? They got rid of that. They got rid of it. So let's see. Who is streaming that we can give love to? Who are my friends? How do I find a good thing here? Let's go to here. Maybe we can, this one? You have a followed channels on the left. Oh, I see what you're looking at. I had to go to a different spot. So who is currently running that we can give some love to? Oh, hold on. Oh, so many people are offline. That's no fun. Twitch, why are you like this? You know what we could do? I know what we could do. Let's go raid Vasco da Gamer. Vasco da Gamer is the brother of Funny Godmother, who you might know from good old Hyper RPG and Geek Space TV, who's great. And so I feel like we're going to go and give a raid. So this is our raid command. And I will just note, we're going to give the raid after the credits roll, because I want everybody to see all the important credits. That's important. So I'm going to run the credits, and then we're going to go and do a raid. So thank you so much for all of your support, and look forward to, I'm not saying Traveler, but let's just, I'm not saying it, but look forward to some exciting things coming in the future, and thank you so much. And the next time, go into the basement. Always go into the basement, everyone. Basement. And we'll raid right after the credits are done. Bye, everybody. Ooh, that's not what I want. No, wrong button. This button. This button.